Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a Monday afternoon broadcast from the American Reaching Mahjong League. It is going to be a lot of fun to catch this A2 match. We left last night watching the A2 series. John had just made a huge comeback to hop into the 5th overall promotion slot. And, well, it's Dustin and Harrison now who will be battling it out to try to overtake John, Peter, or Beechen in this top of the A2 division. Nathaniel here, joined by Brett. How's it going, Brett?
Pretty good. I'm definitely not stuffing tacos into my face right now.
Well,
Trying to
it's about that time of the evening.
trying to imbue Harrison with some taco power for the East round.
Yeah, very good. Will be Harrison as the first dealer in the East round. Joshua on the right, Riley across the table, and Dustin on the left. And of course, Dustin overall in the series just needs to pick up a few points. Three points will be good enough. 2.7 will tie with John, but you also have to make sure that Harrison doesn't catch you. And even Will has 4 games to play. Will also be trying to make a comeback in the final session to claim a promotion slot. So if
I'm a little interested in the game counts right now. Harrison has 21 games played.
yeah, that is the result of a dual counted game. And actually, that means that the scoreline that we see here might not be 100% accurate. Let me take a quick peek.
Oh, I remember reading a bit about that this morning.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Harrison,
off we go.
yeah, Harrison is actually at plus 60 points. Plus 60 points. There's a fourth place that was dual counted. So he's a little bit closer than these standings indicate, and maybe we'll be referencing that throughout the cast that he's a lot closer than it appears. Only 68 points away
Boom.
from catching John in 5th place, and we're off with Harrison. Wow, already a Tempai. What?
Wow.
Joshua on the right, Tempai for Hatsu only, waiting on the 7-mon. Now, this is not unusual. Joshua has some of the fastest Tempais I've ever seen in the league. One of those players who could just get there in the first row for sure, but was blessed with a gorgeous high pie. And unfortunately, the weight is not super strong. So we'll see if Joshua can improve the value of the hand and improve the weight. Could even thought about calling the 8-mon and waiting on Shabo 8-mon 8-so, or even calling Poland and waiting on 5-mon 8-mon, but just let the shapes sit as they are currently.
That's exactly what I was thinking. As soon as an 8 so comes out, I am poning that. Um Maybe I'll look like I have a Honitsu hand, especially with a Dora being 4-so, and then someone discards a high Manzu and just deals in. Like, oh, okay, this
Yeah.
sure is East 1.
Well, we did see the 8-so come out, but no call. In the meantime, Dustin finds Tempai on the left for Tanyao Dora 2 or even 3 if he can find another 4-so. Unfortunately for him, though, those 4-sos pretty well locked up. So really it's a question of where's the 7-mon? Both Dustin and Joshua are looking for it, and if Riley or Harrison discards it, it will be a double wrong.
Knowing Mahjong and how it is as a game, that 7-mon will be going to Toymen and sticking in that hand.
Yeah, that is definitely a possibility. Harrison opens up here, but holds the safe tile instead of the efficient 8-pin, really worried about the other 2 open hands. Now has this 5, so kind of saddled in hand. It's not a tile you want because it's so close to the Dora, but you're worried that it deals in, and Harrison does let it pass and finds Tempa here. Has a choice between 2-5 pin rather, and the Shabo weight here. Goes with the 2-5 pin, which is kind of normal, but there are a lot discarded.
Yeah, the also having multiple hands in Tempai, it gets more difficult to discard safely. This is very much a dealer move.
We did see Joshua manage to draw the 8-so Anko himself, and so then chooses to switch to the 5-8 Mon weight, which has only one tile on the wall, I believe.
Oh yeah.
There's that
Oh, there's
7,
the
so
7.
you said Toyman was going to get it, and he holds it. Oh, two Mon passes safely. There's only what
Oh, Mahjong.
will be a question posed to Riley later, perhaps whether to drop the 7 or to drop the 4. Another switch is
I
possible,
mean,
but Joshua sticks with this weight. I
to
guess.
Zenzaben in the chat, we always focus on the dealer. And you can just refer back and forth to the names on the side. Oh, there's a sumo.
Yeah, Harrison does find the sumo for Tanador 1,000 all. Yeah, Suizo being Harrison on the right. The name of the kanji is Joshua. Riley RZ, that's QETC is Dustin. But it is definitely
Dustin,
helpful to have the little block on the upper right side that shows not only the names but also the statistics. And there's some interesting stats here. Riley with a very low call rate. Dustin as well likes to stay closed, as opposed to the other two are up near 40% call percentage.
and if memory serves, Dustin was in the semifinal, at least, for the Chicago Open.
Yeah, the recent Chicago Open, Dustin played quite well and did place in the semifinals. In East 1 Continuation 1, Harrison with a really nice high pie. It looks like it wants to be Tanya Pinfu, maybe Peiko. Holding out for this Dora acceptance. Could end up being a pair in the hand. On the
This
right.
may shock, but I have bigger thoughts for this hand than just Peiko.
Oh?
I want to see Ryan.
Dion Peiko would definitely be fun. Unfortunately, Harrison drew the 5-mon, but there's still time to shift that into any Peiko shape. And then do the same with the Pinzu. As is, this is just Ishant then. And there's an interesting opportunity, depending on what Harrison draws, could even reach a Doritanki. However, Hatsu leaves Joshua's hand a second time, making Doritanki a lot worse. And now Harrison will release the Green Dragon as well.
Yeah.
On the right, there's a possibility of an Itsun the Sozu, but still needs a little bit of work there.
And the other shape is not particularly good for much of anything.
We do see Riley opening up here for will be Tanya Nomi. Oh, Harrison does get Tempai. It's going to be a multi-sided weight. 6-9 and the 8-pin. Where 6-pin gives Pinfu and Tanyao. 8-pin gives Tanyao, and 9-pin just gives Pinfu.
Yeah. You see the pair 9-pin in Shimoncha's hand, very unlikely to leave.
Oh, there's a 3 as well.
Good.
3, 6, 9 plus the 6-pin. The 9 comes out though. Richi Pinfu, Noda, 2,900 though. This is a good start for Harrison. It's not been a lot of points, but racking up the dealerships and just leaving yourself in a good mental state for the rest of the game.
It's fair.
Repeat
Tilt
2.
prevention is a skill that I don't have.
Well, I know Harris, Brett, you are known for racking up homba, 6, 6, 7 homba on multiple occasions in the league.
There are definitely worse things to be known for.
Well, Harrison hoping to get as many as that in this game. The nice floating tiles. You've got a pair of 2 completed sequences as well. Could be another Tanyao Pingshu. You'd love to draw a Dora and just accept anything around this 5 so or 4-pin or even 4-mon and 7-mon. On the right, there are a lot of pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means we are Chitoi Ishanten, but no Dora just yet. We'll see. Well, hello, just as I say that. 5-mon is drawn into hand. Across the way, East pair, 4 pairs now, but chooses to let the 7 so go right back. Doesn't want to play for Chitoi here. On the left, that hand... Is this a Kokshi play?
Oh.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Yeah, you've discarded only Tanyao tile so far.
It's 9 tiles and a pair.
There's still a lot of work to be done here. Let's see. Where are the Souths? 1 discarded, 2 discarded. You're missing 9, so that's only once cut. And then the Dragons. Green and white have only been cut once each. Like, this is not... Oh, sorry. Hatsu has been cut twice.
Yeah.
But this is not the worst Kokushi attempt
No,
when you're already down in the second row. And then very important draw of the Haku, but then a brutal third cut of the Hatsu. That this Kokushi is looking for the final Hatsu right now.
A desperate need of that tile. In the meantime, Harrison as dealer, approaching Tempai. Dion Shanten now. And at this point, it's might be apparent to the rest of the table that Kokushi is happening. Ishanten for dealer. The Chitoi hand has stalled out here.
Home.
And Harrison just calls for Tanya. Does not want to have anything to do with this Kokushi. Even if this reduces the value of the hand, he just wants to prevent a Yakuman from coming on board.
Indeed.
2-5 pin is the weight. There are now 3 tiles in the wall, but this 2 pin will be discarded for the Chusorichi. On the previous turn, Joshua had drawn the Dora 5-mon for Chitoi Tenpai, and...
I don't mean to interrupt the flow of the broadcast, but can you stream to me, please?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely beneficial for commentating purposes if you can actually see what's happening in the game.
Well, I've been watching the Twitch stream. It's been good enough, but...
There we go.
Thank you.
All right, into East to... Oh, sorry, I switched dealer because for some reason I thought Joshua in the hand. No, it's still Harrison's dealership. And that means that we have 3 Homba up to 38,000 points.
Home.
And there's a door in this hand. It's a little bit tricky to use with so many pairs. Because a lot of times you try to aim for Doratanki, but you already have enough pairs that maybe Chitoi is the play. I know Harrison won't be a fan of hearing that when he rewatches this broadcast.
You mentioned earlier that a Chitoi hand stalled out, which, I mean, that's kind of what Chitoi hands tend to do.
It was stalling out, and then it did manage to get to Tenpai before dealing in. But this is 5 pairs now for Harrison, so I think you have to seriously consider it.
Including Dora as well. Like, that's Mangan.
We do have a second call across the way for Riley. No head in this hand, so still 2 away from Tenpai. A quick peek at the right makes... Oh, that hand is struggling. Oh, Chitoi Tenpai!
Whoa!
Dama on the Forso, looking for a better weight.
Yes, yes.
And of course, if the Forso comes out, you'll absolutely take that win. Chitoi Dora 2 is 9,600 points as dealer, plus Homba. It's basically a Mangan at that point. It's very, very close.
Chitoi Dora 2 and Sumo brings it to Mangan.
Right, and if it's a Roan, of course, will be the slightly cheaper value. Is this a 4-pin better than the Forso? Hard to say. You're not anticipating waiting on the 4-pin.
No,
for the
I
long
think
term.
I think the play there is just see if maybe someone pushes a half Suji tile there.
So Harrison's gonna take a while and then drop the 5-pin.
Yeah.
Because what he's
There's
thinking,
better weights out there.
What he's thinking right now is Chitoi Dora 2 is good, but Suanko is better.
Mm-hmm.
Even Toy Dora 3 is pretty strong too.
The North Door has come out. Oh!
It's okay, Harrison.
Oh my god.
There's only 1 4-pin in the wall. Looking for something better.
When you've got the flow, you've got the flow. If he draws another like 9-mon or something, I might scream twice as loud.
I mean 9-mon, I think it's both of them are in the wall. No, one's cut. Oh, the Forso.
Oh my god.
Reaches this. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not waiting any longer.
Moving on. The 4-pin is not that great a weight though. It's connected to all the hands it's in, and oh man, that Tuso
that would have been nice.
Would have been nice.
Oh, but that's a paired hand for Riley. We'll see if he chooses to fold out or.
Yeah, 2-5 might draw out a. Oh, sorry. Another 3 might draw out that 4.
Yeah, there's even the 2-5. Wow, Khan, that's so greedy against the dealer Ricci. That reveals the 1-so, which is kind of useless, at least to the dealer. The hand on the right has 1. The hand, now has 2.
Ooh, we're getting spicy.
But it's going to be hard to complete. Third row. Because all the 2-mon are gone and all the 1-so are gone. So probably won't be able to use both of those.
Do you think Dustin is hoping for a last-minute Shuren?
Surely not. This is already Tenpai, isn't it? Waiting on the 6-pin. Not willing to take this Ricci against the dealer. But still holding Tenpai. Oh, now this is a really good weight.
It's fake Shuren.
You can drop both the 5-pin and the 7-pin easily. Safely, I should say. Does Ricci on the 7, presumably, for the Oh no, with the 2.
The
Interesting.
strong.
Oh, it gets Ipat's
Oh my
guts!
god, Ipa!
Oh, that's insane.
What a roller coaster
Una as well.
for Harrison.
Absolutely. And Dustin will pick up the 5,200 plus the Ricci stick and all that Homba too and jump into first place.
Man.
Wow, that timing, waited. Finally decided to hit the button and got the Ipatsu deal in. Joshua.
After all of that for Harrison too, like now just back down to barely above starting value.
Yeah, but this isn't the end of the world. You had a hand worth fighting for, and although the Ricci was debatable, I think this is you're still in a good position overall. Joshua now trying as the dealer to make some ground, but this high pie is not strong for it. We've got a pair of the south, pair of the 1 pin, and just disconnected shapes everywhere. It's going to be a very difficult task for Joshua to get there. On the right, that hand's looking better, but it's got a bunch of pairs. In fact, it's Chitoi Ishanten. We've had a Chitoi every round, but there's 2 Dora, so it's going to be very interesting to see if a Chun comes out, if any of these paired up tiles comes out, if Riley chooses to open, or if he sticks with the Chitoi play.
I'm kind of I was apprehensive about the push for Chitoi here. It kind of just happened that way, but this seemed like a Honitsu hand to me.
That's a really good point. You've got 2 honor pairs, and the Dora suit is the Sozu, and that's where the majority of your tiles are. So it's definitely a consideration to play for Honitsu and Hanemon, even. Oh, I guess it's just Chun, Honitsu, Dora 2 for Mangan. But if you can get their Benzen, that'd be something. Across the way, look at all of these vertical tiles for Dustin. Surely this
what
is
going on here?
I guess it's not. It could be Sananko, Suanko even.
There you go. Now you're on my level.
Suanko Ishanten. Could even be Suanko Tanki. This would be insane for Dustin. And look, oh, it's there!
Each.
Now don't turn on auto roll. 3 so you do not want to win on. The 1 so and 2 so Tsumo would be Suanko. 1 so is being held by Riley.
I think Dustin is experienced enough to know to turn that button off.
And Harrison will fight back Ricci with Ricci Dora 2 with potentially Peiko. That's worth fighting for. He doesn't know what Dustin is putting together. And now the 1 so is Suji. Will Riley push it for Ricci Toy Sananko? This is so tense.
Where are the other 2 so?
They're in the wall.
They're in the wall.
Oh, there's one of them. Riley can hold this.
Well,
see, 5 pin is safe. Goes with the 1 so. We're gonna see Ricci Sananko Toy. No, Una, it's a Mangan.
Man.
Wow, Dustin. Incredible. 8,000 points and over 45,000 in this game. Looking good. Just needs to keep up the flow. Right now, Riley, the dealer in East 3. Chun pair can open for a cheap hand. Could also incorporate a Dora 8 so. On the right, that looks like a Pinfu. Maybe if you draw the 6 mon, you can turn it into Tanya in the future. But currently just Ricci Pinfu across the way. Harrison has 2 Dora. Difficult to make much out of that. Might try to lean towards Tanya with the West cut. Maybe cut the 1-2 pin and then the 9-9 mon pair. On the left, wow, that's a lot of honor tiles.
Yes, it is.
It almost looks like Kokshi, but there's so many pairs and whatnot. It probably isn't. Let me count.
Too
1,
many
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a pair. Yeah, just gonna play
we're
for
discarding honors now.
Honitsu.
This hand doesn't know what it is yet. I am most likely Sozu Honitsu, but it could be anything.
Certainly leaning in that direction. In the meantime, Riley has drawn very well despite not being able to call the Chun yet. And this is actually 2 away from Tenpai. Might end up just dropping Chun going for Ricci Pinfu. That certainly would be a sort of classic move for Riley's playstyle.
Harrison's building a pretty good hand across the table there.
Yeah, has connected to those middle shapes. Will likely end up dropping 9 mon, maybe 4, 5, 6 Sachoku with Tanya and Dora 2 would be great out. Definitely callable.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of callable,
June Poland, Riley opens up here. Will be a cheap hand unless yeah, I don't think he can find a door here, so it will be relatively inexpensive. But as dealer, that's okay, as long as you can prevent other players from winning their monsters.
홈.
Tempai 5-8 so. But
Sorry, I
감.
was sneezing. I popped off when I saw the tempai.
Harrison Ishanten across the way. Ended up drawing the 7 pin, so no Sanchoku just yet. Also a callable hand can open on the 8 mon. Or 4-7 so.
We figured out the form of Joshua's hand. It is Chanta, which
Ishanten.
I'm sure Korak is thrilled about.
Yeah, at least you have Chanta Yakuhai Dora
True.
1. So there's a little bit of value there. Oh, Tempai, Lucia Ricci.
Well.
I mean, the 8 mon is the new Dora. I didn't even notice that became Dora after Khan. So Harrison has Ricci, Tanya Dora 5?
Yeah.
Could even have Damad for Hanuman, but wants the Uraz Wells, going for it all. Remember, Harrison has 60 points to pick up. He's at plus 60.0 right now, despite what the standings say. And this would be a monstrous win, but the 8 so is being held. It is the 8 mon! Oh my goodness, it's Harrison's turn. The DC fells are racking it up. It's a Baimon. Forget Uda.
It's Baimon.
It's a Baimon even without it. And Harrison
that's true. 8 to 10.
jumps right back in the thick of things. And well, he says, Dustin, if you can do it, I can do it too. Just like that, it's now 2 players over 40,000. The other 2 are just spectators.
Joshua just picked his honors right back up.
Hello, Hatsu. Hello, Nan. Welcome back to my hand. Maybe another Chanta play, although now we have a 3-4 pin Diamen. We are not in the South round yet, so South will not count as the Yakuhai here, but he can certainly incorporate a Dora. Lets it pass, wants to build for more value. Our dealer also has good shapes. Dustin's not content to let Harrison run up the score. Could be a Ricci Pinfu Dora 1 for Dustin. On the right, Harrison, not a bad hand either. Can open up with a Chun for Chun Dora 1. On the left, we've got Riley working towards a Ricci Pinfu. The awkward 8-9 pin Penchon can be cut in favor of any draw around the lower pin tile, the 4 pin.
In favor of something good.
For any non-Penchon. Actually, look at that. Joshua discards the South pair. Just wants to hold more shapes in the hand. Says, I've got too many pairs. And Dustin will take the Ricci. No Pinshu here, but that's okay. Ricci Dora 1's totally fine. Sumo would be pretty huge. Riley draws the Patsudilan tile. Doesn't really have one so is safe. That ruins the hand, and we'll just play safety here.
Yeah, may deal in with that one mon on the next turn. Just gonna take the safe route on the Epot's discard.
Yeah, unfortunately for Harrison, drew another Dora. That's not pushable, so we'll have to work around this a little bit. But there's only 2 winning tiles left in the wall, so Harrison might be able to do it. Is Chun Chun the play here? It's probably the safest tiles in his hand.
Seems so.
9 so now safe. And Harrison isn't
hanging on to that Hatsu, having seen none be discarded so far.
Right. Oh, there's that 1 mod, so only 1 tile left in the wall. Harrison is going to be very suspicious of tiles around the Dora. We see Riley on the left, just kind of following what the other players are putting out. 6 mon, 6 mon, 9 mon, 9 mon, 8 so. Just played very safe here. Joshua's pushing a little bit more. Aiming for Ricci, Hatsu, waiting on the Dora. 6 is Nakasuji. And now that we're this late into the round, there's a decent chance that we could end up with a Ryukoku here. There's only... It's probably a little tough for Harrison to escape, but the Sozu looks relatively safe now.
Sorry, I'm back. I returned from a sneezing fit.
See, forces Nakasuji if he wants to push, but 5 mana is just straight up Genbutsu. So it all comes down to Dustin's last draw. Misses, so we will have Ryukyoku picks up 1,000 from all the players and approaches Harrison's score up at the top.
Sweet for Dustin.
And we
This has become
repeat.
quite a battle. We got a Dora in hand, not connected to anything. That hand's kind of bad.
Honestly, yeah, might hold these auto draws a little bit longer than usual. Just hoping to make it callable with a, let's say, the East pair up or the Chun pair up.
Meanwhile, Harrison's got a really fast hand. Lots of decent shapes, callable Yakuhai.
Second call now. Probably going to end up using the Hatsu as the pair.
Drops the pair. I would have kept 8 pin as a pair, so I could call on Hatsu and get another Han of value. But
Yeah,
now you're in Tempai waiting on 6, though. So what do I know?
the other argument for passing is that you can use the Dora more easily if you draw it. As it is now, we just have to throw it out. Could pull that and wait on a Tonki. Tonki that you can shift around a little bit, but decides to stick with this Kanchan wait. I'm sure that that's in part just a defensive measure because Harrison cannot see any of the Dora.
Joshua is heading towards Chitoy, kind of unwillingly.
Well, I'm sure Joshua will try to turn that into Suanko if at all possible.
Beach.
We're going to see a Ricci from Riley.
Waiting on 5-8, so
There's a decent number of tiles on the wall, 4, I believe. 2 of each type.
yep. I'm counting the same.
Ricci, Pinfu, Dora 1. Quite strong. Oh, Harrison's got to give this up now or he's going to deal in. Hatsu is the only way out, but nope.
Yep, there you go.
No, with us only 3,900 plus Homebot, not too bad for Harrison, and that's a nice pickup for Riley, who gets closer to the 3rd place mark. And I always like to enter the South round, South 1, and just look at my score and figure out how I feel about how the East round has gone. And even though Harrison's at 2nd place here at 41,000 points, I think you're feeling pretty good about what's happened at the start of this game. Now you just need to close it out with a strong second half. Same for Dustin. Dustin can't be too upset about having 43,000 points.
But of course, I really like Harrison's hand here.
Yeah, it's quite strong. Lots of Tanyao tiles, and it just makes me feel happy when I've got middle tiles. Some interesting choices here. This is technically Ishanten. We could cut...
Ooh, getting rid of the Dora acceptance. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a little surprising.
You look around, and anyone can accept a Dora into their hand.
Oh, just pair up the 4.
Wow.
It's still unclear what this hand wants to be.
5 pairs now.
Yeah, cutting the Tuso is holding out for Chitoy, which is a little bit of a surprise. Oh, the 6 came back.
You got another chance.
You can cut the 4 Mon here and still hold out for Dora. But that would give up your Chitoy route, so Harrison will hold on to the current shapes. Diamen, now you could also cut the 4 Mon and just hold your good shapes.
Yeah. Oh man, we're hard committing Chitoy.
Yeah, quick peek at the other hands while Harrison works towards his Chitoy. On the right, that is Ishanten. There is a world where you get Sanchoku here, although it's somewhat limited.
Punished.
Yeah, that is the punish draw. And okay, this is full Chitoy commitment. Tanyao Chitoy Dora 2, apparently. We can see there are 2 Dora on the left in Dustin's hand, but that one's struggling to put together a Yaku. It looks like it's going to have to be 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku. At least that is openable for Riley across the way. Just a Ricci, hopefully with the Dora.
Yeah, no one's hand is looking particularly wrong here. Harrison has kept the third Formon, which slows down the Cheetoy.
But do you know what this
Uh,
means?
oh, I do know what this means.
We're going Doko. Just
We
gotta
are going
we
Doko.
just gotta find the Forso.
Chi.
I
Oh, never
see
mind.
one
It's
of
time now.
them. It's not going anywhere. And maybe Harrison detected that
Chi.
by just calling the. I'm only poning things in this hand.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no choice but to pull. Even if you cheat the 3-pin, you're 10, so you're just
Well, I
praying for
just
the
mean
4-7 suited to come out.
I wouldn't have called that chi.
Ah, I see.
I meant only pwn.
Toy Toy, definitely on the mind for sure. I don't mind the chi because we really need to win this hand.
That's fair.
Just trying to maximize the Gaida here, holding the 8-pin. I don't think the 5 mon gives us that much, but it is relatively safe on this board.
Late reach. We're looking for.
369.
Oh, it's Sanmanchan.
Yeah, 369 for Itsu. Oh, 2 deals into across the way, but that's not. No, to Dustin on the left.
Wrong.
For the Sanchoku, door 2. Yeah, a bit of a surprise that 2 would actually deal in. You're holding so many of the 4-mon, and a ton of Monzu had come out. Probably was not on the radar there. But Dustin will pick up even more points now, solidifying the lead a little bit. Of course, the last time Dustin was in this position, Harrison won a Sanbaimon. And look at this dealer hand. Sorry, not a Sanbaimon, just a normal Baimon.
Joshua's been gifted a Chinitsu. It's at normal everyday activity.
Yeah, this is looking super strong. The question is, will we be able to use the Dora even? Is it full Chinitsu or Honitsu Dora 2 or 3?
I mean, you need 3 Dora to outvalue Honitsu.
Oh, the Chinitsu, yeah.
Yeah, you know where I'm going.
Absolutely.
Before my brain shut down in the middle of my sentence.
Joshua just opens up right for it. I mean, if you draw the Hatsu, you'll take your Tenpai, but currently the plan is Chinitsu most likely. And Harrison's got to be a little bit careful about this Hatsu. It's come out from Dustin, who is Dion Shan 10 across the way. But there's a chance that if Harrison holds it too long, Joshua might end up with a Tonki on it.
This hand is Ishan now.
Yeah, too many pairs versus this Penchant.
Yeah.
What is the play here?
Not really sure. Maybe 8-9 pin.
So Dustin says, I don't like the Intel 2-8 because the 2-mon is twice cut already. So it would just be a 6-9 mon wait at that point. And I prefer waiting for the 7 instead.
Makes sense.
We do see the call on the right. There's an Anko West in the hand, which is not value, but a lot of foo. This is Tenpai now for Chun only on 5-8 pin. I feel like Harrison's going to deal in pretty soon.
Yeah. Cheat. You cheat every day. Easy.
Chi. Sumo.
Oh, the cheat gives Riley the Tsumo, and Harrison, by cutting the 3-so, that's a big brain move, preventing a direct hit. Only pays out a little bit as a result of the Sumo there. Mere hundreds.
This hand's fast. I really wouldn't have even discarded the 9-so there. I'm discarding 6-pin.
I like holding the 6-pin for the door accepts, but 2-mon for sure.
Yeah, 2-mon is easier.
Ishan 10 for Itsu, which is what I'm sure your plan is here too. Oh, would have been 10.
Oh my god!
Wow, but this is still a very wide Ishan 10 that can accept the Dora. So very, very good start for Riley. On the left, Joshua opens up with the Haku for Haku Dora 1. Let's skip to the right, where Dustin picks up a useful tile. Looks to be 2 away from Tenpai here. No Dora yet. Richi Pinfu is at best currently. And then finally across the way in Harrison's hand, we've got a 789 Sanchoku Brewing. Could just end up being Richi Pinfu though. Depends on if the 8-mon comes into hand or not.
Wow, this hand just keeps widening the shapes.
Yeah, 5-mon's a great draw. Now you're Tenpai on most of the middle to upper mon tiles. and also
Chi.
anything that connects to the 6 pin.
リーチ
There you go. Sanmen-chan waiting. Jesus, 369.
369. Yeah, Ricci Penfu, and look at all those tiles
That's
lighting in
probably
Harrison's hand.
feeling in right now.
This is Tempai, so yeah, probably just smashes the
Each.
Ricci and tosses the 3 right into this.
ロン
Ricci
There you
pots
go.
ping through. Uda would really sting right now. Oh, and it's a hit. Riley now moves to 30,000 points. And
Oh,
will...
Harrison, R.I.P.
Yeah, this is not the start Harrison was looking for. But the game's not over. Still 2 more rounds to work out here. And this is a reasonably good starting hand for Harrison with Chun pair, South Yakuhai pair, which is also Dora. So he has a Mangan chance right now. Looking back.
I didn't realize the South was Dora. That is wild. You're calling that easy.
Second 1 pin comes out. Joshua also passes that. Preferring to stay closed here.
Pwn.
It is Dianjan 10. South Pone, Dora Pone.
There you
And
go.
now the question is,
Pone.
how greedy does Harrison get here? Because a Mangan will be enough for him to overtake into second, but no, he's going all the way. And now
What a draw!
Dustin has to decide if he wants to drop any of these montages, but Dustin also, is that Ishanten for Tanyao? It is. That's Tempai. It's gonna Dama the 7, so wait.
Oh man, I'm really pulling for Harrison here. I'd like some cool draws to
Yes.
help him out right now.
Still a couple tiles away, 7.
Yo!
That kind of helps.
Everything helps. Every Manzu helps.
That's true. It certainly improves the shapes here, gives you more options in the future. Doesn't increase the Shanten, but... Or I should say, doesn't lower the Shanten.
Right.
Joshua has to be a little bit careful because his hand's not really worth anything, even if it is Ishanten. Oh, that's a huge draw. But Joshua overflows the 7, so it's going to come out, deal into Dustin. Dustin shutting down another Harrison hand. And that means we're going into all last. Very important round here for Dustin to confirm the first place. And oh, look at this. High Pie 2 door in the South pair. Forget confirming first. Let's win the hand, pick up 5,800, and go again.
Yeah.
On the right, Harrison needs to overcome the 30,000 point barrier and hopefully pass Riley as well. 6,000 points away from doing that, so you kind of just need a Mangan. Is this hand a Mangan? Could be.
Harrison's?
Yeah, Harrison, if he draws around the Dora, gets something like 4, 5, 6 Sanchoku, definitely possible. Even just Ricci, Summon Ping Fedora gives you a chance. Across the way, Joshua, not an amazing hand in terms of value, but does have all the blocks it needs to complete. And on the left, Riley can shut down the game with a Haku call and just open down to a win.
Dustin gets that very, very much needed South Pone, and on top of that, starts to push Honitsu.
I think it's not even really a Honitsu play as much as it is you're going to be left on a 1-so-4 Mon Shaba where you're not expecting the Dora to come out, and the 1-so's dead.
2 1-so already discarded.
Yeah, so just trying to maximize the number of draws around the 7-so and the 4 pin, and there it is. Of course, I think you're right on the money, though, that if he continued to draw Montails, well, of course, it will turn into Honitsu. So definitely give himself the widest chance.
Ooh, there's a nice pair. Anything's callable with this hand.
Harrison says, I need to win the hand with this Dora, so this East pair is not doing anything for me. And the benefit is I get Tanya.
Yeah. The Tanya move is very...
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep.
So you're not... I don't think you're supposed to do this. I don't think you're supposed to do this if you're Dustin, but we love this play. Riley will call into Tempai on the 4 mon.
Oh! Look at the reward for calling Khan.
This is very funny. Oh, wow.
Yes! You
Oh, it
call
doesn't.
con, receive flow.
Just holds the
Easy.
tempai. Just holds the tempai. Not going 7-so for the Honey to play. And now it's even
Yes!
wider. Wow. You can cut the 6 and wait 3-sided. You can cut the. Yeah, it's got to be the 6 here.
There you go.
As bad as it looks. And wow, pulling into just the 3 mod. There's the sumo!
Yo! 9,600 points, 50 foo.
Because of the con. Because of the con.
Hell yeah.
And Dustin is not only making a play for the 5th spot overall, he's trying to pass Bichen up in 3rd place.
Dustin's in the chat, which looks like this, not to spoil too much, but this game is ending soon.
Well, who knows? Dustin might be chatting while playing. Of
Oh,
course,
the Brett special.
we're on a 5-minute delay, so Brett's theory is much more likely. Although this highlight looks pretty good for Dustin.
This is crazy.
There's a Dora and a couple strong shapes in that hand. Just a lot of
draw
conchons
the
to fill.
4-pin. Draw the last 4-pin. It's easy.
Right, that would be ideal. And for Harrison here, it's going to be much more difficult to get over 30,000 points. And so your priority is just passing Riley. Unfortunately, the gap is still the same. 6,000 points plus, I guess there's a home by now, so it's 5,700. But
oh, man.
Joshua, another patented row 1 Ricci. It's going to be Ricci, Tanya, Dora 1. And now Harrison has to worry about getting 4th here.
Which notably is nowhere. They're all in the wall.
That's incredible. 3-so. Just buried in the wall. Let's see. Ricci, Tsumo, Tanya, Dora is a Mangan that would surpass Harrison, I believe. Oh, no. Oh, with the home buy, yes, it would surpass Harrison. So Harrison almost just has to fight this.
Yeah, of course. Harrison is within reach of second. With the Uma bonus, you just have to go for it. If you lose the hand, you lose the hand, but there's too much reward to just ignore it.
Harrison 2 triple at Ishantan now. Oh, it plays the safe 6-7 out. So not fully committed to forcing this hand. In the meantime, Dustin kind of playing for K10 here. Willing to shove the 2-pin against this Ricci. Now has Tempai. Whoa! And this is not even K10. This is a Yaku. 5-6-7 Sanchoku. Waiting on one of the 2 remaining 6-pin in the wall. So 2 6-pins versus 3.
Harrison's Tempai.
We're going to see a chase on the 6 Mon. There are 2 of those in the wall. So 2 versus 2 versus 3. Who does the wall favor? This is Ricci Ipeko. 2 mana safe. This is, say, 7 tiles will deal in here, and only 11 in the wall to be drawn.
Riley's just clutching onto his 2nd place, like, please let me keep this.
A 6-pin.
Oh, Dustin's folding.
Oh, the last 6-mon comes out from Joshua, and we need to see Ura misses, so just 2,600 plus the Ricci sticks, and Harrison will fall just short of the 2nd place mark. But the big story is definitely Dustin.
Oh, yeah. Dustin moving way comfortably into the promotion range.
Yeah, gets the
I say comfortably, but nothing's comfortable.
Yeah, still 3 games to play. Yeah, almost surpassing Bichen there. Riley takes a negative 2.5, still very safe right now. Has to just get through 3 more games without losing too many points. Harrison takes the negative 9.6. Again, this total not correct. He would be at 50.4 points. 50.4. So would need to pick up about 80 points to overcome John in the remaining 3 games. They'll be playing 1 more game today. And then Joshua takes the 4th place there. It's been a bit of a difficult season for Joshua. Of course, once you start to fall down in the standings, you're highly incentivized to be a little more aggressive. And one of the things, that can happen if you're playing very aggressively is that you just deal in more. So really...
Yeah, that's never happened to me, not ever.
Not ever, absolutely not. Well, We'll see how Harrison and Dustin play the upcoming game. That's definitely where our eyes are going to be.
Yeah, Joshua's knee, like looking at a 250 point deficit to crawl out of the negative zone, the demotion zone here. That's it allows you to make an interesting style of play where you have nothing to lose.
Absolutely. Of course, I think Joshua's playing pretty standard here. Wow, they've already started the next game. They're right into things. We
There's
already,
Tempai somewhere. Dustin.
uh,
Dustin is Tempai waiting on 5-8 to pin.
dealer opened up on the Haku. It's going to be 1,500 points. Is
They got right into it.
anybody close enough to catch here?
Maybe now.
롱.
Oh,
Not anymore. Nice open there for Dustin. We saw in the first game something like 3 or 4 Homba in East 1. So maybe this is Dustin's turn to get that.
that theory supported by the pair of Chun in the opening hand.
Lots of pairs. Wow, and Anko too.
Woo! Suanko.
I mean, we did see Suanko Tempai for Dustin in the last game, so, you know, not out of the realm of possibility that we see another. On the right, we have Joshua working with a Haku pair and a lone Dora South in hand. Nice Kanchan fill.
봄.
The aggressive pwn on the 7-pin. This might be a toy move?
Yeah, it hedges Toy Toy. If you call the tune, you can just be Tempai. But if the tune takes a while to come out, you're definitely thinking that Toy Toy is your backup plan.
Notably Chun in no one's hands right now.
Yeah, very deep in the wall. Harrison across the way, an Anko of his own. Looks like he might try to play for a Tanya here. Might also want to build vertically. The issue is the 7-pin pull and is making the 6, 8, 9-pin shape very awkward.
Dustin did reach Tempai there, but with no Yaku, it's easily passed.
Really relying on the tune at this point. Probably will call the tune and wait on the 8-pin if that's the option provided. Or just draw
it. So we're waiting 8-pin Tonki, which could come out of Harrison's hand.
Yeah, to both Harrison and Dustin, the 8-pin looks really good in the wall. Because of the 7-pin Kabe now, how can anyone use it in their hand, right?
Right.
Little do they know Riley's just holding a pair.
Ooh, when the 9 comes out, that's
It's going to be followed by another 9, presumably.
Yes! Yes! We're going pay Tonki, baby.
Dustin sees the plan. Pay Tonki, best Tonki.
I fully support this. All the analysis we were doing, throw it out the window. Pay Tonki, funny.
I wonder if... I guess if Dustin draws Dora, then he'll switch to that too. Oh, goes to the Haku. Shonpai Haku. One of the reasons that you don't wait on Shonpai tiles that haven't been seen discarded, is that there's a chance that a player has an Anko or even a pair in their hand. And we do see the pair of White Dragons in the right in Joshua's hand. That's not to say that this won't win, because certainly Harrison and Riley will have a very hard time using the White Dragon if it gets drawn.
I'm fairly crushed that the pay was discarded.
Right? It could have even switched to this Nobiton shape.
Yeah.
5-8.
I'm kind of really surprised that was not... Maybe... Oh, you know what it is? He's worried about dealing in with the Haku.
I think you're 100% correct. I think it's almost a defensive keep here. This 5-pin will not deal in. There's no Yaku for Riley. That 8-pin won't either, and this weight is now completely dead.
Yeah. That's so sad. That would explain the non-reach, too.
Yeah, there were only 2 tiles left in the wall, and it came out back-to-back. Or not even left in the wall, just left in people's hands. Harrison's been saddled by this door for so long, cannot discard it.
No. No chance.
Ishan 10, if he finds a pawn, could get there. Khan.
Do it!
Khan reveals one Dora. Oh, there's the last
Oh my
Haku.
god, come on.
And Joshua's Tempai so flips up
Pushing.
the Anko for Dustin to see.
I can't believe I just saw Dora pushed on the Haite.
Yeah, that is pretty insane.
Oh man. I
But
love you for that, Joshua. We're on a similar level here.
well, in the
Like I
end,
was saying, you got nothing to lose. Why not discard Haku or sorry, discard Dora on the high pot? You,
yeah,
Jesus, the words I said before. Remember them? That's what I'm trying to say.
absolutely. Hote discard, push door. It's fine. It passed. You get 1,000 points. Harrison will pay out 3,000 and got very close to ending up as a Taki Wade on that very same Dora. Would have been an incredible victory for Toy Toy Hote Dora 2. In the end, we will see another repeat for dealer here, Dustin, with much more Tanyao type shape, maybe 2 through 4 Sanchoku as well. Certainly has all the blocks ready to go in hand. Joshua on the right will open up for a Tanyao Dora 1. Across the way, oh, let's make a call into Tempai, waiting 3-6 pin.
I'm pretty deeply shocked by that 3-mon drop while you're still holding on to the East and the Hatsu.
Yeah,
I really don't get it.
Dustin's very much Sakigiting that tile because it's close to Dora and just says, I like my shapes the way they are. I don't need the extra draws of the 3-mon and 7-so into Tempai because I want the 2-4 Sanchoku. Unfortunately, that led directly into this Tempai on the right, and it just feels like a matter of time before Joshua can find the win here. There's, well, maybe not. The 3-pin now will deal into Dustin as well, so we could see a double roan.
Wow.
There's 2 3-pins in the wall and 2 6-pins.
Harrison's Ishan 10.
Oh.
Wow. Never mind.
There it is. The 3-pin comes out for Tempai. Dustin will pick up Sanchoku Tanyao, and then Tanyao Door 2 for Joshua.
Looking at around right now, I see most likely Tanyao for Dustin. Callable Haku for Joshua. Nothing particularly exciting going on. The shapes around this callable Haku are nothing really that special, but Dustin's getting some great draws. This is a Tanyao looking hand, though it could wait on 6-9. All you got to do is fill in the 2-4-6 shape.
Yeah, Dora pair would be nice too. Riley's got good shapes on the left as well. That is 2 away from Tempai for Richie Penfu with potential for Dora.
Wow.
Hello, Sanmen-chan. Love to see this.
This is going to be a wide.
Second call for Joshua.
Haku.
Shantan for Chanta Haku.
And that's not the worst Chanta Ishan I've ever seen.
There are some worlds where Joshua opens up and actually gets Honroto Toy Toy.
That's true. That's extremely true. I would like to see it.
I would also like to see it. It's a very fun hand, very rare one, Honroto. Yeah, for Harrison, just trying to build some type of value into this hand, really looking at the Itsu potential and the Sozu. 789 Sanchoku is technically possible, but you need to find a backup pair.
Riley's an Ishan, just looking for a pair to complete this hand. Or a fill in that Sanmen-chan, get a weird looking Tonki.
Could have even used the 2-mon as the pair there, but likes this headless shape. It is very wide. And you're going to be on a good weight no matter what you draw. It looks like it'll be a Nobitan here for Riley.
Beautiful. Beautiful draw.
Richinomi, will you take the 5-8 or the 6-9?
Oh my god!
Well, now,
what a draw.
Dustin's Tempai on 3-6-9, so it's 6-9 so versus 3-6-9 so. Dustin with a slight advantage here.
Yeah.
But it's very likely that...
I'm staring at the 9 so in Harrison's hand over there.
Yeah. could see the second double run of the game.
相撲
Oh,
Nope.
no, Dustin just wins. Wow, Dustin has been on an absolute tear in these two games. Richie Tsumo, Pintora. No Ura, but picks up 26 all. Takes the Richie sticks as well. Over 45,000 points again.
And you've got callable tiles.
And Dustin said, it's been too long since I've been in A1. Let me just confirm this. We're not going to escape East 1.
Oh my
Gee.
god, just draw the east, whatever. You're 2 away from Tenpai for Sanshoku. It's not Sanshoku,
Sananko.
Suwako. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I mean, double East by itself is already pretty good. Now, Joshua on the right is fighting back with an open hand with Tano Door 2. Maybe even Dora 3. Harrison trying to build Itsu Dora 1. Ishanten for that hand.
Dustin's hand isn't particularly fast unless you continue making illegal draws. But you're competing with
It's gotta be a
Joshua with
boom.
a light speed hand.
Already Tenpai for Dustin. And still not even giving up on Sananko here, because he could just pair up 7-mon or 9-mon, and then Sumo. Or Tonki, what in the world?
Or just Tonki 9-mon, whatever. Normal.
This
normal
is insanity.
over here.
This is a normal game for Dustin. Oh, 6 is going to come out. It's
Eat.
Senpai Richie. Richie 3-sided. Richie Pinfu. Oh, are you going to deal in? No dodges. But it's Tano Door 3 on the right. Oh, this is so tense. The West is a pretty decent weight, but chooses to stick with the 9 here, as that is Suji to the Richie. And Riley might be in trouble here. It has the West save tile and a couple other save tiles and the 2 pins to get rid of first. Oh my goodness, is Dustin going to steal this away after switching to the 6, 8, 9 so wait?
Oh my god.
Joshua's got to drop it.
Everything
It's double
deals
roll
in
again!
Ah!
And just when Harrison thought he stole it away, picks up the Richie 6 in the Homba. But
What?
Dustin keeps it going too.
With the double tone. How is that only 40 food?
You will not escape East 1. And actually, Harrison's pretty happy about that, probably, because, I mean, you won the hand, and you get another round out of this.
Yeah, this is just a nutso game. It's East 1! It's East 1, and Dustin is at 496.
This has been pretty crazy. Okay, is this finally where things are going to end? Dustin's hand doesn't look insane this time. It's,
No.
it's got blocks, but they're not amazing blocks. In the
Yeah,
meantime,
but remember how Dustin's draws have been the entire
that's true. Well, there's a pair up of the 8-mon. Joshua also with multiple pairs, although I suspect he's thinking more about Hakudora 1 or some type of Sanchoku on the right.
Korak says that Harrison is not happy about that.
That is, so Harrison is going to be annoyed that Dustin moved farther away. But as long as he wins a Mangan Sumo or Hanemon Sumo here, it's all good.
Wow, what a draw.
Yeah, Sanchoku might be live here for Joshua. Harrison across the way has a Dora shape and might be building towards 789 Sanchoku. I guess you have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks for Junchan Sanchoku.
Yeah, you
Dora
can
1.
call the Haku, and then start calling on 7, or just draw it, whatever.
See, on the left, Riley with just a classic Richie.
Gee.
Maybe Richie Pinfu or Richie Nomi, depending on how these draws come in. Not Pinfu is possible. But Dustin, did we say that was a bad hand? I mean, sorry, that was just...
Yeah.
That was just Sancho.
Like I said, the draws.
It's Ishanten. Oh, Riley gets
Yeet.
Tenpai first.
Wow.
Takes the wider weight. Dustin just got that 2-pin off in time. Harrison felt like he had to open for this hand, but now the 1-pin is starting to die. Actually deals in with a 2-pin. Faith in the 1 chance, because 3 of the 3 pins were visible to him, but that actually does end up dealing in, and will send us into East 2 finally.
We've done it. We escaped.
Honestly, that was just intentional at that point, right? It's like, you know what? I just don't want to let Dustin have another deal around, so we'll just deal in here. It's not that expensive. It's going to be fine.
then you reveal 3 Han.
Yeah, a little bit more expensive than we wanted. Joshua, though, dealer now in East 2. And this high pie is not amazing, but not terrible. Just work these shapes into a painful Tanyao. To the right, 6, 8 Kanchan, 5, 7, 7, 9 Kanchan. Kanchan's everywhere. We'll see how if Harrison can manage to draw out of this. Can't accept the door 5 so though. Across the way, Chun call for Riley will be Chunomi most likely. On the left, Dustin opens up on the pay. It is going to be pay Dora 1. Tenpai. Just Tenpai. Casual. Row 1 Tenpai. Waiting for 7 so. Now, Riley's got this.
Kanchan. Yeah, Kanchan
Home.
For dealer.
Pulling into Ishanten for Harrison. Tynador 1 is the plan for that hand as well. Slightly wider Ishanten now.
Dong.
These shapes are bad for Shinsha, and they won't matter.
In the end,
jeez, another win for Dustin.
Yeah, you just can't stop Dustin from winning. All right, is this a con? Is this the turn 1 con? Harrison would say yes, and Dustin agrees.
You also con again on the Haku when you draw it next turn.
Could we see Sankansu? It's a
yes.
Very rare Yaku. Only, I believe, 2 or 3 have occurred in the history of the league.
Which is why it should be Yakuma. At me. I will defend this.
I'll pair up the Dora, why not? Now just Ishanten for Haku door 2. The new door is the 9-pin. Joshua holding on to that just in case. No one else has one in their hand. I'm not sure we need to look at the other hands because Dustin definitely has the advantage in this one, but it should be noted that Joshua also has 2 of the original door as well. Others Tenpai will smash the Riichi.
There you go.
I mean, Dustin could even just Dama this, but why not? Why not Riichi? You've got the flow.
Or a 4.
The 9 pins could be in the dead wall. That's right. It could be the Uda indicators.
This weight is a little sad.
Only 6 tiles. 6 tiles held. It's only 2 in the wall. Look, wouldn't count Dustin out to draw one of the last 2 tiles in the wall.
Seriously, looking at everything else that's happened, of course he's gonna draw one.
Harrison aiming for K10 pretty much. Read about these so tiles, but knows the 6 and 7. Yeah, there it is.
Jesus Christ!
All right, now we see where the Uda are.
All right, Aura.
Yep.
3.
Oh, it's a Baimon for Dustin.
Leave them alone. They just want to play Mahjong.
Again, Dustin said, I got robbed of being an A1 in the first season of A1 because the cut line was basically 0.0.
Right.
I'm going to get back to A1. There's nothing you can do to stop me. Dustin could have even called that door and said, I don't care, but just draws it himself. This door 3, casually, sitting in hand, just waiting for another Baimon or something ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
This is very much been the Dustin show.
Yeah, I love it, but at the same time, I'm like, how long can this possibly last?
And it should be noted here that it's not like the other players have been playing poorly. They've been getting tempo. They've been winning hands too. It's just every time they win a hand, Dustin is also winning the hand for double roan. And
yeah, how many double roan have there been in this game?
Already 2. It's been insane. Well, let's see if Riley can put something together in this dealership. There is the Hatsu pair. Now lots of pairs. More pairs than we feel comfortable with. Now I'll go the 9 pins. See on the right, Dustin is Ishantem. Across the way, Joshua. Not bad shapes there. You get the 6, so you're very happy. You've got Tano chance.
홈,
On the left, Harrison aiming for Honitsu. Ton. Could be Itsu as well.
Dustin really contemplating what to discard here. I agree with that 5, so that seemed, well, not easiest, but
Yeah, 5 so is it's basically a Kutsuki shape. A sticky shape. You have floating tile 3 mon, 7 mon, and 5 so. And you're just trying to figure out what you're most likely to stick a tile onto. The 3, the 7 mon, or the 5 so.
nice draw for Riley. Anyone besides Dustin. It's worth
Boom!
one.
Tenpai. Which way to choose?
Waiting on 6-9
Yeah,
mon.
presumably. And Harrison
There's
draws
the
it.
6.
Holds it for now, but if he
It
gets
will
Tenpai,
be.
we'll definitely be dealing in.
Yeah, you're pushing that Honey too easy. But if you keep drawing safe tiles, you can
리치,
dodge it.
Oh, Josh,
Waiting 3-6 pin now. Dodging's getting more and more difficult for Harrison, especially now with that other Pinzu draw.
yeah, drew into Tenpai and says, you know what? I
Kang.
think the 6 is going to deal and is right and Rinshan!
Oh, Rinshan Kaiho!
Flips the Dora too. The 6 pin revealed instantly, and so gets an extra hot out of it as well. And could we see anything more ridiculous in this game than we already have? Apparently, the answer is yes.
Yay!
홈,
It's just interesting to see the flow move away from Dustin for 1 point in this match.
Mahjong Tanoshi. There's a Chi, as Riley anticipates calling the East for double ton. And, well, it's nowhere to be seen just yet, but
치,
Dustin doesn't want to allow this to come to fruition either. Maybe there's a Chanta here, likely just hoping to draw around the door and make Hatsudor 1 or 2.
Oh, man.
It's so awkward when you've made a call and you have 5 pairs in your hand.
Yeah, this hand is really taking on another form. Like, you get the tone call and you can do whatever you want now, but...
And that was always the hope for Riley. Just definitely funny.
홈,
This hand could have been more.
Tenpai waiting on 7 mon, 7 so. 7 so looks pretty decent with all the 6s out there, but actually the remaining 7 so are all being used. Like, confirmed locked in hand. The 5 so deals into Dustin though. And just when Harrison was getting another good hand together, Dustin shuts it down. 66,300 points.
7, 8. 8.
Kokushi.
And no pair, not quite enough to get to Kokushi.
I mean, with Dustin's flow, might as well go for it, right? You're gonna hit. Instantly drew 2 more Kokushi tiles. It looks like it might end up... It's probably just going to be a normal hand, and maybe you end up working your way towards Mon Honitsu if you just continue to draw Monzu.
Korak has requested a refresh in the standings. The error has been fixed.
Oh, beautiful. There we go. We see Harrison up a little bit closer. This game notwithstanding, it's been the Dustin show for sure. Let's see. On the right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. Chitoi Shantan. Across the way, Harrison aiming for Richi Sanshoku. Maybe a Dora. Just gonna try to stay close and just build some value here. On the left, we see some value. There's a pair of Dora in Riley's hand. Could be Tanyo Dora 2 or 3.
리치,
Reach waiting on that 7 pin.
Joshua, player not known to hesitate in hitting the button, goes ahead and takes the 7 pin reach, although, oh, that I'd say was 1 chance, so probably not a very good weight. Well, some players will just wait and try to find a sneakier weight. Because right now the pins
Yeah,
do look pretty suspicious in this discard pond.
right. I've become more of a waiter with experience. Like I will try and increase the value of my reach. I've come a long way from C button, press button.
Well, there's one 7-pin still left in the wall, so Joshua still has a chance to Tsumo, and this is getting Dustin off of his hand, so some benefit to taking this Ricci as well, forcing dealer off.
I don't know what to make of Riley's hand.
Yeah, it's
You've got that really cool shape, but then
Ishanten.
everything else is just so weird.
Maybe Riley could have considered cutting one of the pairs. It's not like well, 3 so is door. You're not cutting that. 4 so is near door, so it feels like you don't
There
want
you
to cut
go.
that either.
That'll do it.
That
Eat.
senpai 4-7 comes out. Oh no, is it gonna be the 7?
No, it'll be 3.
No, that. Oh yeah, it could be the 3 too. Yeah, 3 would be
3 pin.
Pinfu. And Riley sees it. And oh, it's gonna be
There you
pops
go.
for Riley. Nice.
Reach, Ipats, Pinfu, Tanyo, Dora, and Dora.
Hanuman for Riley.
And that's a negative 1700 for Joshua.
Yeah, didn't have a choice there. Was already in Ricci. Just had to discard whatever was drawn. And we'll take the dealership in South 2. And so that puts Riley at 39-4. If he can keep this positive score, we'll be very comfortable moving into the final 2 games of the series.
Justin's going Kokushi and not hiding it.
7 tiles in a pair. Well, this would be something. 8 tiles in a pair. Honestly, I think Harrison is also doing Kokushi.
What's the 5 so discards about if you're gonna discard South?
No, okay, 5 so is hedges Kokushi and Chanta. And let's be honest, the hand looks more like Chanta now.
Yeah.
But Harrison's also got a plan.
True.
Now, when 2
Which is
players
4
have
or 5.
Kokushi/Chanta, it makes the other remaining players have much more realistic hands, like Riley with Tanya Dortu. It's a 3-6-9 pin weight, but only the 3 and the 6 pin will deal in.
Oh my god. Joshua just drawing tiles.
Pom.
Oh!
Wow.
That pawn prevented Harrison from drawing the final 9-mon for his Kokushi, and that means this Kokushi is now dead.
R.I.P.
Eat.
I am sorry I believed in you.
Joshua will take the Ricci
That
here.
is 2 separate thoughts. I am sorry and I believed in you. By the way.
Shabo 6-mon bird. Oh, the 9 pin does not deal in.
Oh no. Oh, I saw the orange tile and went. Bah, 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 bah.
Riley, how long do you hold this by?
Forever.
1 mon is not only suspicious to the Ricci, with the 3 mon being the discard, but also to the Junchan or I don't know, Chinroto, whatever's going on in your our left.
Come on. It's Osuji. It's fine.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That one would deal in.
Dong.
It was Nakasuji to the Ricci, though, so Dustin will just push the Tempai. And this is,
Hey, look. Dustin's score went down.
What? I didn't know that was possible. It's okay, we call that, Sashikomi. He's moving the dealership along.
Harrison's hand is cool as hell.
Yeah,
if you ask me.
I'm a fan. Ricci, Pinfu, Dora. We'll take it. Maybe you could even work your way to Sanjoku.
We've got other cool hands for Kamicha.
Love the Haku Anko. Ishanten for that. For Joshua. Now, the other 2 hands are not particularly spectacular.
Yeah.
Dustin's flow might be running out. Kind of running out of steam here in South 3.
I think he's built up a fair cushion.
Boom.
But I mean, Riley is you say only, but only 18,000 behind, and
Has a dealership
a
left.
dealer hand coming up. So I mean, it's not a sure thing that Dustin is winning this game.
That's a really good point. Although Dustin does find Tepai here for Tanyao only, waiting 7-pin 6-0.
Each.
Oh, big
What
draw.
a draw! What a draw!
3-sided Ricci pin Fudora. You want to get this on your dealership? Oh well.
Oh boy!
What can you do? What can you do? It's been that kind of game. Dustin once again taking the win away, and of course Shabo
Kokushi!
beats Saman-chan. Yeah, it's gonna be
got
Kokushi.
Another Kokushi attempt.
Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good enough. 8 in a pair.
There's a pair.
In the meantime, Riley with a reasonable high pie as dealer for
Oh
Ricci
god,
Pinfu.
there's 3 Haku out already, and Harrison doesn't have one.
Just gotta believe.
It's time to switch.
Is it? I think Harrison's fine to go for Kokushi, just given the overall standings.
That's fair. There's so much distance between you and fourth, and you and second.
Right. And this hand is so far from being anything realistic.
Also true.
Now, if you draw Dora and you start to build towards Chanta, I don't mind cutting like 5 mon first and hedging that possibility.
This whole game has been just utter chaos in Mahjong.
Absolutely. And it's been very entertaining.
I'm 100% here for it.
I wonder if Joshua is going to entertain the thought of Honitsu.
Riley's chugging along. And I think Harrison's at a point where this hand is starting to take on a new form.
Yeah, could be Pin Honitsu, I guess. Still the real values in Kokushi if you can find it, but we're getting to the point where that seems quite unrealistic. And we have Tempai on the right. Dustin again. Tanyao Dora 1 waiting for the 2-5 pin. There are 3 tiles remaining in the wall for this weight, including 1 2-pin.
That's a cool draw for Riley.
Probably a little bit worried about this 4, but you can start with... Oh, yeah, the 5's going to come out for Dora acceptance. Slightly more efficient if you're going to make this fight go with a 2-mon first, but understandable to not want to hold tiles near Dora this late into the game. And that was South 4. That will end the game.
Man, that's a huge positive second for Riley in a game where Dustin just went off even harder than in game 1.
Plus 51.4, plus 17.3
That'll
for
put
Riley.
Dustin in second place overall. When we started this broadcast, he was out of promotion range.
He's picked up.
Now he's second in the league.
Nearly 100 points in 2 games. Like, we were looking at Dustin saying, okay, you need to pick up approximately 3 points. We looked at Harris and said, okay, 60 points over the course of 4 games. Dustin's like, I've got this. 100 points, 2 games.
Harrison will be down to where the standings showed that he was erroneously at the start as well.
Yeah, and I think this table's only playing 2 games.
Dustin's in the chat.
No, they went again. They said, you know what? We've given the current standings, we don't need to wait. We could just finish the series out.
All right. Let's see more of Dustin's character arc.
Yeah, it's like for now, for Will and Harrison, both, it's a wait-see game for Peter. Peter would have to drop a lot of points in order for either of them to have a chance, but they're willing to play it out right here, right now. Will, of course, has games later on this week. As we wait for this game to start, I do want to point out that there's another session going on that is somewhat important for the B2 series. Let's see if I can find the results from that series. It is Ryan, Alec, Kayla, and Michael. Ryan picking up first place with plus 35.0. Alec a positive second, plus 15.2. Kayla took a negative 17.5 third, and Michael the 4th place there. And it's going to be a while for this A2 game to start. So I'm going to actually take a second here to open up the B2 standings and see how that affects things, because I think it's very relevant, particularly Ryan picking up that first place.
Let's take a peek.
Yeah, after picking up 35 points, we see Ryan 7th place overall with 100.9 points, very close to the promotion zone. Kayla drops a little bit into that 5th slot with 3 games remaining. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on the results from that series. I believe that table is playing 2 games, so they've just started their second game, and they'll finish this out a little bit later in the week. But very important for the overall B2 standings, the results of these games.
So I see a chart in front of me. I just get absorbed into staring at numbers. Things start jumping out at me that look cool, like a 3,100 deal-in average for Kayla.
Wow, that's great defensive play, pushing the hands that where you've got the value and they don't. And if you deal into 1,000 points, so be it. You had a Mangan to fight for anyway.
And that with a high participation rate, too.
Yeah, 60.9% is very high. One of the highest. Actually, it's tied for second highest in this division.
So to play defensively while opening your hands, that's unique.
It is. There are a few players that come to mind who are good at that. One of those being Korak, who last season managed to have a very high call percentage and a 6.9% deal in rate. Just insane.
Oh boy. That's wild.
Taking a quick peek at
Do we
the.
have timing update?
Yeah, it looks like it'll start in just a minute. So let me make sure that I've got that game open for us. Well, that is not the right game. Let's try that again. It'll be Riley starting us off in the dealer's seat.
Still about a minute before that game starts, so I'll say I'm rooting for Ryan as a somewhat local, a Ricci Rapids player there. Just looking for another less than 20,000 points to get into promotion range. So good luck, Ryan.
Absolutely. We got to meet Ryan at the Chicago tournament. It was a lot of fun getting the chance to play Ryan and Jessa and all of the folks from the Michigan group. And looking forward to, I think Nathan was there as well from Armel. Looking forward to getting the chance to play in Michigan in the near future.
Oh, yeah. I've done that. It's a good time.
Very jealous of their auto table. It looks like we are live in game number 3 of this session. I didn't hear any gongs, so let's fix the sound really quickly.
Riley's got a callable East to start off, but Harrison will get the call off first with the Hatsu. Very nice 7-mon draw to fill in a Roundmen shape. But the remaining shapes, the 1-2 so and the 8-9 so, are not super friendly. This hand might end up having to be relying on the East pair.
For sure. Here's an interesting play for Harrison. Was Tempai on the 8 pin? Drew the 3 pin, says, you know what this hand is? This is Wanitsu.
Hell yeah. Oh, there we go. There's a 9 pair for Riley now. You can easily discard one of those Sosuku shapes. That 7 pin hanging around for possible Dora acceptance in the future.
And honestly, at this point, it might be hanging around because you just don't want to give it to Harrison.
True.
Who is making progress, by the way. And
there
as you
go.
said, there's that Dora acceptance.
Now you can call on East, and you're off to the races.
Harrison Ishut then as well, looking for a Dora and a North. Let's take a quick scan at the other hands to see if anyone's close to fighting these two.
Tanya hand for Joshua on the left.
1.
Oh, Ricci waiting on the 8 pin. That means one door is locked in hand. East Anko for Riley goes with 9-9. No pair confirmed. And Harrison's just going to fight this. Says, you know what? I'll create Suji. 9 pin safe. Believe it.
That's one of my biggest constant deal-ins is just relying on Suji that isn't actually Suji.
4.
Finds the Ipatsu draw. And we'll deal to Ricci, Pinfu, Tanya for the Mangan. Of course, Harrison had a hand worth fighting for. Made a lot of sense to shove there. And we will see Harrison as the dealer in East 2. Looks like a pretty good hype eye. Go ahead and cut the penchant right away. Aiming for Tanya. 9-mon first gives you more Tanya tiles to draw. Not by much, but a little bit.
Let's get that 3 pin. Get this hand moving.
Yeah, and we've seen Harrison playing very greedy in that last round, so I wonder if, even if he draws into some type of tempai, if he'll aim for the 2-3-4 Sanchoku. No, it just goes for it. Because he's holding the Haku here, it makes me think he wants Honitsu or Chinitsu.
I look at that more as a potential safe tile. I really don't see holding on to these, like letting go of all these Pinzu. This just looks like Tanya to me.
Yeah, I just feel like it's going to end up being Tanya. We do have Dustin Ishaten on the right for Ricci Pinfu. Across the way, there's a lone Chundor in hand, but those are some classic shapes for, oh, maybe even 6-7-8 Sanchoku. Dion Chanten there.
Kan!
Reveals the 5-mon to be door. That helps Dustin out a little bit. Also helps Josh.
Dustin doesn't need help.
That's true. Dustin's been doing just fine on his own. And this is Tempai, which there's a 2-5 so weight, or there's a 5-pin Russian Taki weight. Goes with the 2-5.
5-pin.
I anticipate Harrison shifting to any other weight very soon.
Right. Such as calling this even.
It's not amazing.
No, never mind.
I guess you're still on the 2-5. Oh, just
Sumo.
There you go.
So easy game.
Tanya.
Gives a little extra food there. Will be 700 all. Harrison repeats on his dealership.
Not a particularly exciting hand to see with Honba on the table.
Yeah, just playing efficiently, aiming for Ricci here. On the right, Dustin, a lot of pin pairs and a Hatsu pair as well. Could be Honitsu play, Honitsu Toy Toy, perhaps. Across the way, Joshua, classic shapes for Ricci, maybe Pinfu. Door acceptance in that hand as well. And on the left, Riley, Chun pair can be opened with pretty decent shapes outside of that. Good floating tiles. Actually, that's a Chun and Hatsu pair. So Mochi Mochi with Dustin there.
Mochi.
Very awkward.
Pon.
If I'm Riley, I almost wish that I had the 1-2 so back for Honitsu Itsu Yakuhai.
You can just redraw it. Oh.
Says, no, I've let that ship sail. We're going to just play the shapes I've got in hand now.
The Dora discard from Dustin. That'll wake some people up too. The fact that his hand is pretty far along.
Boy, you weren't kidding. Drew the Chuso one so right back.
I mean, it's the commentator's gift. I can call other people's draws, but not my own.
We are Ishanten across the way for Joshua. Might end up on a Shabo weight for pin 9-mon. You'd anticipate that monster so shaped to fill first.
Oh, yeah. Or the 1-pin pair. That works too. So now Ishanten just looking for any Sozu to fill in that shape.
This is reasonable value too. Ricci, Sancho could be good, but now you have to open to fight here if you get the chance. Ricci, Nomi for Joshua. You see a call into Tempai as well for Riley. Waiting Hatsu 1-pin. Oh, bail on the 2-pin, 2-mon here.
It's kind of a tough luck wait looking around the table.
Yeah. Back into Ishanten for Harrison though. Need a Suji. We'll play it out. 7 pins maybe a little bit hard to find. Thinking about calling for K10, but it's a little early to do that. We are in the 3rd row, so Harrison can hope to get there safely. Chupin comes out, will not deal in because Harrison has no Yaku. Tuso, not great. Shoves it out anyway. It's at least safe to the hand to the left.
Yeah, it's safe to Riley. I think I'd be too fearful to push too many Sozu right now.
I think Joshua has the advantage of the number of tiles in the wall. 2 tiles in the wall versus 0 for anyone else.
0's pretty low.
Could switch with the 3-pin here. Is the 3-pin safer than the 6? There's a full copy of the 5, so...
There you go. Thus far, unpunished for that early Tempai call.
Just pass one more tile. That's Suji.
There
Let's
you go.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Dustin has to go with the 3-pin or he deals in.
Keep Tempai and deal in, or break Tempai and not.
Hote Azura. So that will be Joshua with a victory there, and
some very earned value.
It helps to have tiles in the wall when you're trying to win.
Sure.
The live wall, I should say.
Shocker of shockers, Dustin's hand is good.
Yeah, four pairs is going to be interesting, especially when the south pairs. Okay, 5 pairs. Is this really Chitoy?
All you got to do is draw more pairs. Oh man, I love it.
I like Dustin holding this 3-pin, because if you pair that up, you're Chitoy Tempai, but also you have chances at Sancho Kodoko.
Oh man, that's true.
Will we see the full commit with a 4-pin cut?
Yes.
Let's see. This might be well for Dustin to complete this hand. So looking around on the right, we've got Dian Shanten for Joshua. Potentially Chundora 1. Across the way, Riley collecting pairs as well. 4 of them over there. But could it also just be Richi Peiko? And Dustin says, you know what? I've had enough of Chitoy. We're off of it. Actually would have drawn into Chitoy Tempai if he passed the
That's kind of a surprise. Maybe he's panicked because he's actually below starting value for once. And wants to just finish this hand and move on to the next.
Maybe Dustin just knows that it's going to be Sadako Toy Toy.
It's so easy when you know what you're going to draw. Dustin in chat says reject Chitoy, embrace Toy Toy.
Pon, Tempai, 5-pin south, and south looks really good.
That's definitely a during game chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you doing?
Pretty comfortably in the, up there in the standings. Says, you know what? I can casually watch, see what the commentators are saying about me. Oh no, does this 5-pin come out?
Oh boy, I don't think so. It fits into the hand. Does this look like Honitsu to the other players? Dustin's hand.
A little bit, yeah. It's a little odd the Tumon came out before the West and the East, but it's not the worst. And wow, the South. Does this come out from Riley?
It's so...
Starts with a 7. Wunmon is at least one chance.
I feel like that South would be glowing orange even to me.
Yeah, Riley's off of it. Has also the pair of Wunmon to safely bail with later. Oh, but Joshua can't do anything.
Oh boy. Toy Toy.
Dustin rewarded. What? Look at this high five. It's just ready-made Chanta.
So stupid.
Could be Chanta Dora 1, just Dian Chanten. I want my Chanta hand, when my hands are full of terminals and odds, I want them to look like this. 2 completed shapes and 2 pairs for Chanta.
He's drawn a south. It's gonna happen.
Pom.
I guess that
Ishanten.
counts as drawing a south.
Yeah, that's close enough.
All you have to do now is pwn 9 pin or 9 so and choose your Tunky.
Yeah, what Tonki would you choose in this situation if that was the play? It's a little bit tricky because East is, your wind, and
Yeah,
you don't
and
have a
9
Yaku
is,
at that point.
but 9 is near Dora. I think
Right.
I just whatever at the time is discarded exactly once. That's what I go for.
Yeah, we'll have to
And
wait and see.
if neither, then I think I go East.
Well, now the East is cut
But
twice, so
yeah, now I don't.
we saw Chunpon across the way for Riley. Still 2 away from Tempai in that hand. Harrison opens up as well for Tanya.
Since it's Dustin, I'll probably just draw one of the 9 mon or East.
Good point. Upgrades to the Haku.
Like that. I like that.
Oh, well, now you have a choice.
See?
Probably the Haku at this point. If he goes to the 9 mon. And because he drew the Anko, this makes sense. This way, if he draws the door himself, he can incorporate it into the hand. If he had to pawn, I think he would have been less inclined to make this play.
Right.
Because you can't so easily switch to the
pair.
Yeah, pinch up.
Chi.
We are Tempai across the way. Riley waiting on the 7 mon. Only 2 in the wall.
Pom. Sumo.
Small.
I was about to say, hey, look, it's San Chokujoko, but Dustin pulls out the victory.
Found the last 9 mon in the wall, because why not? And back over 30,000. And was it ever in doubt? It looked a little
Harrison.
scary when he was down at 22,000, but right back where we expect him to be.
Joshua still holding on to what is probably a pretty cathartic feeling lead right now.
Yeah, just chilling with the Mangan over 30k. Okay, high pie 2 could turn into Tanyo. Let's say across the way for Riley. Can call the East down. Has a door as well. 2,000 points, probably fair enough. Harrison on the left incorporates the door into the hand nicely. Still looking for the E2, as you mentioned. E2, Pinku door 1 would be ideal.
If you are Riley here in Toyman's seat, are you calling on the East?
I don't see why not. Oh. Yeah, there's already a pair in hand. Yeah, I don't see why not. It allows us to chi the 2 so easily, and that's one of the tiles we desperately need.
That's true.
And Riley doesn't have anything really to play for in terms of a ton of points.
That is also true.
Oh, second door for Harrison. It's going to be a little tricky to use it.
Each.
Dustin's holding on to that East, and Joshua will reach Tempai here, waiting on 4-7 pin.
Richie, Tanyao, Pinfu.
Tanyao.
Wait's very live.
Yeah. And that was a fold, or at least E-Pot's avoidance from Riley.
Harrison as well, going 9 mon, 9 mon. Can't afford to drop this Dora. Just hopes to draw around it.
Yeah, most players folding at the side of this reach here.
Sumo.
No avail.
Just small. Reach small, Tanya Pinfu. Ura makes it a Mangan.
Ura to make it Mangan.
And Joshua with a very good lead here, moving into East 4.
Really kind of great hands for most of the table.
Yeah, I'm liking the shapes around the board. Joshua, of course, as dealer. Tanya Pinfu, hopefully, with a door acceptance on the right. Same sort of shapes. The pair is confirmed in hand. It could be Itsu and the Sozu, but you are already just Dion Shanten with 2 diamond shapes.
Let's go.
Is that a 2-mon draw for Joshua?
Yeah.
That's looking pretty good. Across the way, Harrison, a couple Kanchan slash Penchan shapes to fill.
A second Dora for Riley.
That's pretty big.
Dustin can shift to Tanya pretty easily here. Start. Gonna opt for efficiency.
Yeah,
Eh?
can still make the Tanyao shift if he draws 5-so or 6-so here. Specifically the 6-so, but this is just Ishanten, so Tenpai on 8-so as well as a number of other tiles.
Big draw for Harrison, that 3-mon.
Fills in one of the bad shapes in that hand.
Yeah, one of more than you'd want. But drawing that Dora is huge.
Dustin would really like 5, 6, 7 Sanchoku here.
I may be disappointing some people here, but it has been so long since I've scored a Sanshoku hand. I just
Sanchoku, the best
don't
Yaku.
see it. I don't see it. It just avoids my gaze.
That's okay. It will show up again.
I didn't score a single one in Chicago tournament. I didn't score a single one
Pump.
this season. Anyway.
It's impressive that
This
you
is
remember that
fun.
you didn't score any. I just assumed that I have, but maybe I haven't either. Oh, there's the Tenpai
Eat.
draw.
Beautiful.
4 7-pin where 7-pin is Takame Sanshoku, but currently Richi Pinfu. Tile's not very live here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's the 4. And
Don't.
Riley has Tanya Dora 3, so of course he shoves into this. It is the Yasume, the cheaper side, so only Richi Pinfu
Good.
for Riley.
And no Ura either, so that's about as good as you can ask for.
Right.
And that actually puts everyone below 30,000 except for Joshua.
Joshua right now looking at the +5 Uma bonus for being the only player over 30k. Of course, Dustin had temporarily been in 3rd place as a result of eating the Oyakaburi on that last sumo from Joshua, but just now surpasses Riley back into 2nd. And we are in the South rounds.
Riley. Look at his hand.
Ishanten. Dora draw would be amazing. Currently holding this headless shape though. To the right.
And had a chance to grab a pair from that 9-mon, but I think... Wow!
Oh, it just takes the Richi too?
All right.
Goes with the
Long
Kanchan.
Suji. I'll shut up.
Okay, it's
Hey,
real
there you
Suji
go.
now.
Now it's real.
The 3-mon actually has a few tiles in the wall. Harrison was looking at a really nice hand. It is Ishanten still, but well, now it's Tenpai. Do you just shove? It's
Eat.
Nakasuji
Oh,
wait.
yeah. Absolutely.
It's Richi Tanyo, and there's a 3-mon. Dustin is well with a good hand though. Against 2 Richis.
I'm looking at the only reason I so confidently say yes there is 1 and 7 pin have been discarded by Riley and 1 pin by Harrison. So 4 pin really looks pretty safe.
Of course, players will probably be more concerned with the dealer Richi.
True.
And that means that it's Nakasuji to the dealer. So, like you said, that...
I just mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly as you're saying. Oh, and here's another 4-pin. Maybe that's the last one in the wall. So, if Joshua holds on to it, Harrison is just drawing dead.
And now Harrison's also discarded a 7.
So, Nakasuji to both. Do these players believe in Nakasuji? We're about to find out. I know Dustin has heard of Nakasuji before. I'm sure Joshua is aware that that is a defensive technique. We'll see if either of these believes in it. Oh no, Harrison just draws the deal in tile. And it will be Richi Dora 1. We'll check the Ura. 3,900 for Riley. Snatching up those points, moving closer to the 30k mark. And moving this dealership. Retaining the dealership for another round. Joshua opens up with a Chun. Has a door in hand. Chun Dora 1 looks pretty strong. Riley has the dealer. 2 diamond shapes and a Dora. Not so bad. I would like this hand if I was the dealer in the dealer seat. Great floating tiles draw around. And the 7 so is a beautiful connection. Could find 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku here. On the right, Harrison with reasonable shapes as well. I see lots of Geoman shapes there and good floating tiles. There's a 5-mon pair up. There's not a
Riley's
tremendous amount of value
hand.
here.
Riley's hand has so much potential right now. It could be various forms of Sanshoku, or it could have before. Now it could only be the one, but it's still a nice hand to look at.
Yeah, it's been drawing quite well. The only remaining hand to look at is, of course, Toyman Dustin's, which is, they could call the Shaw, the West Wind for 1,000 points and just shift things along. Might even be able to shift it to Shunt in the future, but that is a future
You
decision.
discard 3/1 pin here, easy.
Yeah, I love this 5 so draw. I'd lock that in as the pair, get your 6, 7, 8 Sancho, could be very happy.
Perfect.
Harrison
Nice draw
Ishanta.
for Harrison with that Rion Manfill.
Second Dora here. Do we even want this Dora?
Pom.
Yeah, we kind of do. If we draw another Dora, if we draw the 9 pin, we can just get the 5/5. So
Whew.
Jesus,
Harrison can't really use the Dora very easily either, but gonna try and push to make it happen.
Yeah, 5 pin draw would be very important for Harrison here.
Kang.
Oh, not sure what the plan is here. Is there a Sanchoku? Nope,
I'm
not
a
sure.
little lost. Is this a desperate toy push? I don't really know.
It is now.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It is Tempai, but not for
Chi.
Yaku. Could be Toy Sanako at best. Oh, Rinchan. We can just con the 5.
Range.
Pom.
There's the pwn.
Yeah, this is okay. We
I
can still
mean,
Rinchan. Doesn't matter if
you
we're
gotta-
Furiten.
Chi.
We'll see the cheat into Tempai from Dustin. Waits on the Tonki 8 so. And Harrison has to discard that very soon.
Oh, that 6 draw is kind of tragic.
We do have Tempai the left for Tonyo Dora, or sorry, Chundora 1, waiting 5/8 pin. Those tiles are not very live. Well,
there's a 5.
and just as Dustin gets off, switching to the 1/4 weight, now chooses the 2 pin weight because he doesn't like to discard that. Or maybe believes in the 2 pin. No one seems to be able to use it here. We switch to pay Tonki? No. Decides against that.
That's ridiculous. You always switch to pay Tonki. Harrison! You don't.
Chundor 2, it is I mean, Harrison, that desperation Toy actually got to Tempai incredibly.
Yeah. That immediately dealt in, but you made it.
East South 2 now. Ipai is
Riley's hand is Ishan. And now it's Tempai.
Yeah, make that Tempai. It's in and
what are you waiting for?
2 so, 3 so, 6 so.
Why not reach?
Oh, the 3 so comes out immediately.
I really am just
Is this
lost.
a Chinitsu play? Is it a Chinitsu play?
Each.
No, it just takes the late Ricci. I'm guessing that it was a... Well, I'm not sure what my weight is, so I'm just going to wait a turn and try to figure it out. But maybe that's one turn too late.
Each.
As Dustin takes the chase Ricci immediately on the tile that was just discarded.
Don't.
Joshua's going to delay Katsu. What? Almost Chanta as well. There's an Ura, Ricci, Patsu, Ura, and Dustin moves over 30,000 again.
Riley, you know who you're at the table with. You gotta take the wins when they come.
Yeah, Dustin's not complaining for sure. It's into South 3, very fast hands. And
oh my goodness.
Dora is the 8 so. Only one visible to us. We see that across the table in Riley's hand, and that is a very fancy hand for Riley.
Fancy hand.
2-mon Anko 2-pin pair, 7-mon pair, 3 so pair. Might just end up being
And
Tanya
a
about Dora.
Dora, which has been discarded.
I feel like you can afford to drop the 3-mon there. It doesn't provide that much in this hand.
It's potential weights in the future, but not really that desperately needed. Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, with so many pairs already.
True.
Of course, you might be dropping
Boom.
Inso here anyway.
Dustin. What else is new? Another great draw for Dustin.
Dion
The
Shantai
man's
for
got the
Dustin.
flow.
We saw Plum from Harrison. This is a Toy Toy play for sure. And if he draws enough 9-mons, maybe even Doko. Ishanten for Dustin.
My goodness.
Even choosing to cut the Forso preemptively.
West just being held onto as a safe discard later. Just kind of assuming the wall will give you what you need, which is true.
That's kind of what's been happening all game long. Second door
Gee.
comes out. It will be called by Joshua
Boom.
or Tanya Dora 1. Harrison, another call. Very scary call.
That 3-pin draw for Joshua was great.
Each.
Also no avail. Dustin
And
takes...
that 4-pin is great. That's
Oh.
Tenpai waiting on 5-mon
Each.
Tonki? Okay.
Riley takes the Richichu with Sadanko chance. Could have taken the Suanko Ishanten. But against 2 Tenpais, just chooses to fight with the current hand.
Riley's not getting punished. No way.
This is a wider, slightly wider weight.
Get rid of that 6. It's nothing. Perfect. Now Tenpai for Harrison, but no Yaku.
Yeah, Toto play hasn't found the other pair yet. We're been able to call the 8-mon. Oh, 7, that will deal in.
Long.
That'll do it. Sananko.
No Sanako this time because it was a Roan, but
Oh, right, Roan. That's sad.
certainly was a chance there. I wonder if there were any calls that could have been made that would have swapped the order and given Sananko. As is, Riley will move over 30,000 now. And we're into South 4 all last. Joshua's last turn as the dealer. I'm going to quickly scan around and I'll just guess who has the best high pie.
Well, it's gonna shock. It's going to awe. Well, I mean, I was gonna say Dustin, but I mean, I'm looking at Harrison. Like,
Harrison does have
potential
Suanko chance.
Doko and
Oh. Okay, step aside,
well,
Dustin. We're looking at Toyman's hand now.
yeah, I'm brushing everything else aside because my eyes are stuck in place on the opposite side of the screen now.
Boom.
It just looks like Kokushi discards.
It does, but it's actually like Suanko, Dianchan,
Boom.
Doko.
Don't call that.
No.
No.
Okay, we have to watch Joshua's discard draws. These draws are going to be Harrison's draws.
Khan.
6-0, not useful. Well, Khan's into Tenpai now with Toy Toy, Doko, Chun potentially. Pass the road?
Boom.
Don't win. What?
Okay,
am
I know what this is. This is This is a Sankansu play.
My jaw is clattered to the floor and I'm trying to pick it up now.
I think you can afford to pass the win if
Boom.
you're going for the Doko, but this is definitely a Sankansu play.
I don't even open this hand, and now we're talking about Sankansu.
Chun is still live in the wall. Onso still live in the wall.
And
There's the Onso, it doesn't come out yet.
Is not available.
Come on, Riley, drop it. We want to see it. Oh, Riley's bailing. He's in full defense mode. Says, I don't know what's going on over there, but I don't want to find out.
Yeah. Nope.
Boom.
That's not going to be called. Well, not by Harrison anyway.
Oh, there's the one. And so this weight is dead. Still looking for that one so to come out.
It's gonna come out right now. Damn. North.
So both of these runs that have been passed by Harrison are because Mangan isn't enough to change position. As long as Joshua stays tempi, we could see another round. We're going to see another round. Well, that was
The other
exciting.
players looking at Harrison reveal those 3 1-sos, they got to be like, what? My head would start spinning. I just,
We're going to see a repeat for Joshua, 46,000 points. That probably looks pretty good. Pinfu Chance. We've got a decent hand for Riley on the right, also with sequence-based hand. It could just be Tanyao, actually, for Riley. And Tanyao is an acceptable result, 1,300 points. Even if it was Tanyao Nomi, would be enough to get him over 30,000 points. And if with a direct road on Dustin, I think would be just short of second place. Harrison could be working towards Ricci, Pinfu, Sanchoku, 345. And for Dustin on the left, Ipeko in the lower Pinzu looks pretty juicy. Good diamond shapes in the Manzu as well. Outside of Riley's hand, everyone has some incentive to keep their hands closed here.
I'm still trying to recover from the previous hand.
Chi.
I mean, I'm looking at tiles. I understand what's going on. It's just my brain is not putting thoughts together.
Chi.
Harrison just hurtling at high speed towards Tanyao.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see Harrison just bail out again. Just play for K10. Or if he is committed to just ending the game here.
I think it's just a, all right, that didn't work. Time to end this game.
We have Joshua's got some great shape still. And Ishant then now, do we give up on Itsu or do we go for Itsu and cut 6-7? No, it takes the Diamond weight. I think this is the standard approach here. Richie Pinfu is quite good as dealer. Dustin, are you going to end it here with a 7-pin discard?
Maybe.
All right, Harrison. Yeah, it does take it this time. Okay.
Yeah, please, just let it go. Oh, you get the moral victory by taking points from Dustin right at the end.
Although, notably, he did pass a run on Dustin earlier in that previous hand, too. Really wanted that Sankansu, but it's Joshua who takes the first place here, plus 31.7. And Dustin grabs the second. Another positive score for him.
Huge for Joshua.
Riley, negative 6.2.
That's got to feel good after
Harrison,
today.
negative 30. So for Riley and Harrison, it looks like promotion is out of contention here, out of reach. And for Dustin, promotion all but secured out of just the first 3 games of this series. And so in this pivotal matchup, we have basically our conclusion.
So, I want to know. I really want to like dissect that South 3 hand. Was it South 3?
Yeah, South. That was an all last hand. I'm pretty sure.
What the second to last hand? I want to take a deeper look at that after the broadcast.
Yeah, that would definitely be a fun one to hear Harrison's perspective on.
Nova says I don't.
Oh, and it looks like they might not have time to start a 4th game, as I'm not seeing it popping up in the channels. But while we wait to see if they are playing more, we do have another result from B2.
Let's take a peek.
Or do we? They might still be playing. I think they're actually still playing their game.
This one was quick for the way this game has gone today.
All right, let's see if they're
Yeah.
still carrying on over in B2. If so, they're probably very close to the finish line. Just booting that up really quickly. And if the game doesn't load, it must be over. But we're in. It is South 4. Okay, we have
South 4.
more Mahjong. Let's go.
Wow. For Kamicha right here, a Anko of the Chun just filled in. And we're gonna start opening that hand with that. That's Dora Anko or Dora Pong call.
Okay.
Things are going good for Ovar.
Yeah.
Chi.
Ryan.
Right. Yes. We just talked about him. Yeah.
Ryan showing some spark here. She into Ishanten.
Still looking for a pair in this hand, and if you make the Chun your pair, then you don't have a Yaku anymore. So kind of a strange situation to be in.
We'll just hold the best shapes possible.
Easy. Right. Then if you can call the 6 or 9, so you'll just discard the 5. And see if you can improve that weight. The other thing you can do is keep that Nor!
Anticipated pay talking. That would be quite funny. This is the more efficient play, of course, to hold the current shapes as they are.
I'm too dedicated.
Yeah, I think everyone in the Chicago club has been converted
useful
to the
draw
Peitaki.
for Alec. Gonna pass on the Hatsu pair.
Okay, of course, Ishanten.
Everyone's still not quite to Tempai yet. Not getting the most useful draws anywhere around the table, aside from the Pong call of the Dora and the Chun Anko.
Yeah, looking at the tiles that Ryan needs for Tempai, it's understandable.
Draws happening. Sumogiri for 9 turns in a row for dealer.
Yeah,
just
really.
Not getting the tiles that are needed. 6 turns in a row for Ovar. And
I think Michael's just defending
another
at this
M.
point.
Sorry, the names are up over here now. Michael has been Tadashi like most of the draws, but hasn't really moved that much closer to Tempai.
Oh, do we con?
There's the 4th Chun. Is that a con? No, I disagree with this.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot. I think you could justify a con.
That. Oh, that's not the pair you wanted to see filled. Well, I'm waiting 4-pin now. Finally, someone in this game has reached Tempai.
Yeah, you'll take any Tempai at this point. Let's see. It was Chun Dora
still
3.
Stuck in Sumogiri hell for
Paul.
for Kayla.
Kayla gets there.
From dealer seat. What makes Peitaki so special to me is that it is funny. And that is seriously the end of that story. It's because of Akagi. It's really that simple.
Yeah, and I mean, just the pay tends to be one of those tiles that comes out first when
Akagi
people are discarding.
North. I think during the 12 Dora hand, and it was really funny. The end.
But a lot of times it's just really hard for anyone to use the North, even the North player, because all the other players drop it first.
On my overlay, but I don't hear him.
Oh, am I actually not coming through to anybody?
I don't know if there's something wrong with my audio or if there's something wrong with Nate's audio, but I will press on and hopefully I'm not causing audio hell.
Boom.
Kayla, we've moved on to all last. Let's see, what's the situation around the table? Michael in strong lead, Alec in a fairly close second, and then I don't even like Kayla is just going to be trying to win hands and see if she can string something together. But with calls already open for Michael, the easy Tanyo hand over there
Beach.
in Toyman, and a reach from everything I have just kind of froze.
I'm worried that Brett is disconnecting.
Oh boy. I'm thinking it's my end now because I had some stuff freeze. I'll be right back.
Sumo.
Oh, this is going to be a Tsumo. Michael will shut down the game in the end with the Tanyao and pick up a big first place. And that could be very relevant to the demotion standings. We'll have to take a look after this updates.
I hear you now. Sorry.
Oh, you're back.
I don't know what was going wrong on my end, but I'm causing audio.
I every now and then I get a freeze on my end too, so just restart and it works out. Michael ended up taking the win there with the plus 39.5 and Alec a positive second. I think that's 2 in a row for Alec. Ryan a small third place and Kayla a slightly larger fourth means that these standings are going to be drastically changed.
Nice.
And it looks like
I don't see the bottom of the standings for B2 on the right here. But after the update, we see Michael is still in demotion range.
but close. He's a lot closer to getting out now. With 2 games yet to play, just needs to pick out about 20. Well, okay, that's actually really hard to tell because it looks like there's some players in B2 who need to catch up on some games. So it's really unclear what the demotion line is going to be. But at the very least, Michael does want to finish ahead of Quinn.
Alec, for example, has only 16 games played.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably why we've got a ton of B2 games on the calendar for the upcoming games.
That would make
upcoming
sense.
days, I should say.
Are we for sure that the A2 matches are done for the day?
Well, I
Or
think
has
I
that
just saw one
started
pop up.
again? Let's see, what's in comms chat? Oh,
Yeah, they're going all 4. They played the last one. You want to hop in and see the last A2 game?
let's do it up.
All right, this will pretty much be probably just a victory run
Or should
for
we stay
Dustin.
in? Maybe we should stay.
I would stay in B2, but I think they're not playing anymore today.
Oh yeah, okay.
So give me 1 second. I'll have that game up for us. Now for the other 2 players, other 3 players at the table, they're really just looking for. And they could play for Yakuman. They also want to make sure they don't demote, but I think they're all safe enough that they don't. At least Harrison and Riley are pretty much secure in their position in A2 for the next season. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them playing some really funny mahjong and trying to find a Yakuman or going on an absolute dealer tear.
Boom.
We join the game in East 3.
This is a hand for Harrison.
Yeah, let's go ahead and shift perspective to Joshua and then look back at Harrison's hand because that looks kind of interesting.
We've got the call on the Yakuhai West, callable Yakuhai East.
Yeah, maybe a Toy play, aiming for a Doratanki.
リーチ。
Oh, we see a Ricci from Riley.
1 4 pin.
Ricci with potential Tanyao. Again, that 1-4 pin has 5 in the wall.
スモ。
Oh, well, with that many, he popped Sumo. How about that?
We say no sumo because it's a flawless strategy.
It truly is. Riley will take a pretty commanding lead here, going into East 4.
Cool hand for Riley. If we got one completed shape here, and then a couple groundman shapes. You got a pair ready to go. Easy tiles to discard. What more can you ask for?
Interesting hand across the way for Dustin with an Anko of the Chun East pair and a couple more pairs in hand. And I said, Harrison and Riley might be going for Yakuman, but what about, Dustin? A little Suwanko to cap off the season.
I think at that point, the ARML community might rise up as one and put a stop to this. You're going on hiatus.
Oh goodness, that'd be quite amusing. Riley though making great strides here, and okay, Dustin says, you know what, I don't want to be put on a forced hiatus. Let me just go for Toy Toy instead. Shapes are quite strong. Ishan 10 for Riley, very wide. Yeah, there's Tempai. Oh, with 50-10. I smashed the Ricci anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, yes, easy.
Oh, okay, just says I don't want 50-10.
Khan.
You discard 2 so there.
Oh, Khan flips the 8-bond to be the new Dora.
That's double punished. Oh, Riley. I don't support your recent discards.
No, got to Tempai anyway.
What do I know? Tempai.
It's a 4-7 mon wait curly. Or you could wait on Sans would be funny.
That would be funny.
I mean, spend longer thinking about than I would have expected, so I think Riley might have been strongly considering it.
In this house, we consider funny tiles.
Oh, we're gonna see a chase for Chitoy. Chitoy, waiting on the last Warso.
So it didn't look dangerous. 2 people have discarded it. Well, I guess it maybe have looked dangerous to Riley's.
Yeah, Joshua probably didn't want to drop the Force against Riley's Ricci. But you can also just dumb on that. Sense. Oh, Issa's coming out and dealing to Dustin. Everyone was Senpai there. 2 players on the 4-7 mon, but Dustin will shut it down with Ton, Chun, Khan, and I think there's a door in there for 6,400. And we're into the South rounds.
Well, Dustin's got a clunky hand. What? This is everyone's chance.
Oh, no. It pairs with the Chun. It's fine. It's repaired. Hey, Harrison pulls into Kanchan. That's a draw.
True.
No value here, but as dealer, you just keep repeating. And they're all playing very quickly here, hastening their way to the end of the series. Joshua across the way with really nice shapes in the Manzu. Hatsu pair as well could be a Honitsu. Could just be Ricci Itsu.
Riley's getting close too, to the left.
Yeah, quite like that hand. You're right, it's Ishan 10. 8-pin would be an insane draw, but not an expected one. There are 3 8-pin in the wall, though, a little surprisingly.
You drop 9 easy. There you go. Oh, nice.
And no Itsu here, but both Ricci Hatsu.
8-5.
Sachoku? 5-6-7? We could do it.
5-6-7 Sanshoku is very doable here.
You just have to, all you have to do is push the door against a Ricci.
Right. Which is easy. Everyone does it.
Right. I wish they would do it when I'm Tempai on the Dora.
Well, there's the Dora. Now you can do it.
Yeah, Harrison's shoving as dealer. Or maybe demonstrating that long Suji is a valid defensive technique. One of the two.
Don't tell me that.
I'm looking at Joshua's discards and I'm so sad. Look at all of those Mon tiles.
It's yeah.
At this point, I think it could have been Shinitsu Tenpai.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. You've got the 3 1s, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8, 9. Yeah, it's Tenpai waiting on 7 Mon. So there you go.
Of course, you can't expect to just draw
No,
everything.
but it's still
It's very funny.
with hindsight, it's tee funny.
Looks like we are going to do Kyoku Joshua, the only player Tenpai.
Nice.
Picks up 3,000 points, leaves a Richie stick, and a home ball in the middle will be Dustin's dealership in South 2. Oh, that's a good high
He
five.
gets a ready-made Tanyo hand. Jesus.
This one might be a little bit tricky to put together with all of these pairs. Maybe a ready-made Tanya Chi toy. Oh, never mind. There's a Dora. Yeah, we can see where all the other Dora are, so it looks like Chi toy is not happening.
Oh, wow.
On the right, Joshua. Okay shapes. Not a lot of value there. Across the way, Riley. Uncle, that's kind of fun. 2 Dora as well. Love that.
Yep. Just need that Dustin-style draw power.
Right? Give me a 7-pin. On the left. Here's it with Tanya type shapes. 4 pairs for that hand as well.
Yeah. I agree with the 8-pin drop there.
That's a little surprising to me, actually. It definitely feels like a Tanya hedge, though. Maybe holding out for Suanko this time, too.
Home.
I call for Toy Toy on this, I think.
I very much expect to see opponent, if available, but 4-mon, 6-mon tend to not be so easy to call. Oh, and then punish for the 6-pin draw.
Gross.
That's a door connecting tile, yeah.
You're never getting the 2-pin, but you keep it.
There might be a world where that happens, because I don't think Harrison really wants to drop this 3-mon. Sorry, 3-pin. So if he draws 4-pin for sure, 2-pin's going to come out.
Home.
Oh, it does shut the door, okay. And Riley happily opens up on that. He shut down for Tanya door 3.
World's easiest door discard there. Harrison tantalizingly close to Tenpai.
Very wide shapes. Dustin feels like it's time to get a move on. Need to open up for some tiles.
There you go. I don't get the 4-mon discard.
The 4-mon is
over 7, so.
You can chi the 4 or 7 or 6 apparently into Tenpai.
There you go.
Harrison will move us along into South 3 with a Tanyao.
Harrison within reach with the Mangan of first place.
That's true. Harrison will definitely be aiming for that. Joshua as dealer. Great shapes for 5, 6, 7 good. Dora accepts as well. On the right, also decent shapes for Richie Pinfu, maybe Tanyao. Riley has a Dora in that hand too. Harrison a Dora as well, and this is going to be hard to make a Mangan out of without Richie Tsumo and an Ura. For Dustin, not super thrilled with these shapes. It's kind of tricky to play this. Cutting the 4 so means Dustin's also having trouble deciding what this hand wants to be. Oh, maybe that's just a full-blown Junchan / Chata commit.
Huh.
Now, Dustin, of course, the pioneer of the SAT. Are you familiar with the SAT, Brett?
I'm not. I would love an explanation.
That is the Sanzo adjacency theory. Oh, we're going to see a win for Sancho for Joshua. Sanzo adjacency theory says you want to hold tiles like the 4 so that are close to the Sanzo. So if Dustin, the pioneer of that theory, is discarding a Sanzo adjacent tile, there must be a very good reason. And I'm guessing it's a Junshan force.
I'll keep that in mind. Two callable pairs for Yakuhai for Harrison across the table.
Yeah, looking good. Maybe with Toy Toy, you could turn that into a Mangan, so that could be exactly the hand that Harrison's looking for first place.
Mm-hmm. You've got the 4 pairs needed, and they're pretty like commonly discarded tiles. So
Yeah, I think this would qualify
I
for sure as a Toy Toy Dash.
yeah, I'm calling anything and everything here.
Any and every pull. Dustin will also pull on the Hatsu. Ishanten for Hatsudor 1.
Home.
Hon. So now you've got value, at least guaranteed.
Interesting play there by Dustin, seeking out value a little bit. And Kistempai on the 7, but that will be held by Joshua. Also Riley with a 7, but that will also probably be held.
Riley's is looser than Joshua's for sure.
Yeah, this 4 might just deal in.
Yong.
Hatsudora 1.
So now, if you're Harrison, you kind of just want to get above 30k.
Yeah, get above 3k. If you can Mangan Sumo, it's still first place.
Mangan Sumo is first place for sure.
But definitely a little tricky. But actually, look at Harrison's hand. This is pretty spicy. Chanta Sanshoku Dian Chanta. No, not the 5 mon.
No,
it's okay. We can still drop it.
Oh man, Riley's got shapes.
Harrison opens up here, not making the play for first, just playing for 30k and a positive finish. That's fair enough.
Harrison says in the chat he didn't even realize he was this close to the Saki Award.
Oh, wow. Always something to consider if you're not playing for promotion. Try to finish that in the positives. And if you are too far away from a maybe bonus promotion slot,
oh man, the Alkazuke Tenpai works out. Sanshoku Chanta.
That'll snag a positive 3rd place for Harrison. 1st place goes to Dustin again, plus 21.1. Riley, 2nd, 10.9. Harrison, the 3rd.
That's plus 1.7. That puts Harrison at plus 0.4.
The
complete
Saki
for the
Award
for
leader.
the season.
At least in this division, Harrison will be leading the way for the Saki Award, 0.4 ahead of the cut. Is there anyone who's closer?
In any, let's see.
Any of the divisions. Maybe only consider
standings now.
Players who have finished all of their games.
We've got A1, 1.7 in A1. We've got 1.5 in B1, 2.0 in B2, 3.5 in B3, 23.5 in C1, and oh my goodness, C1B. Between 8th and 9th place is positive 104 and negative 12.
Wow, that's a big gap. But that means that Harrison is leading for the Saki Award.
Congratulations to Harrison.
With only 1 season to go, I'm sure he'll be watching carefully the rest of the matches, or all the contenders who are close to that mark, because you do get a little award, a little note in your name in the channel if you do win the Saki Award. It's a nice little bonus.
There was a pack of Saki playing cards at the Chicago tournament that we were doing like at night between real Hanshan. That someone gave us an extra set, and I wanted to give it to the person who came closest to 0 as just a surprise.
Oh,
but that it didn't end up happening.
Oh, did it must have left too early before getting their prize.
Yeah, Al decided to just keep the cards. So now they belong to the Chicago group.
That's okay. We can find that player and mail it to them.
I wouldn't mind that.
Wow, these
Even
were
though we lose.
some funny games, and congratulations, big congratulations to Justin for that dominant showing in this final series for the 10 first places overall, and the plus 252 season A2 pretty much locked in place for an A1 showing next season. Congratulations also
Congratulations to
to
Dustin.
Harrison for the Sake Award potential. The Sake Award
And
candidacy.
yeah, candidacy. It's unlikely that anyone will be closer, but yeah, that I think that'll do it for us for today. I think we will hop over to the general chat and take a peek at that one crazy Harrison hand and see
Here,
what possibilities existed for it.
hear from both Dustin and Harrison all the wild things that were happening in that game. And yeah, looking forward to more of that coming soon. I know there's some very exciting A1 matches that I'm going to be eagerly watching on Tuesday. Wednesday, there's a bunch of matches, including the C1 playoffs. I'll definitely be broadcasting those. And all throughout the week, there's going to be some very fun Session 6 actions. So definitely be aware of the Twitter, where we generally post when we're going to go live. Also, just follow us on Twitch. That's an easy way to know when we go live. If you'd like to be a part of the American Ricci League in the fall, the deadline is today. You've got until 11:59 p.m. Pacific time to register, as the deadline is rapidly approaching. So make sure
Yeah.
we've had a ton of signups right in the last week or so, right before the deadline. So if you're interested, you can be one of those people that signs up at the last second.
Yep, you got an hour and 23 minutes. Get moving.
Well, maybe a little bit more time than that. But we've got, of course, our YouTube channel where you can watch this broadcast back and all the previous broadcasts when it gets posted. At American Ricci on YouTube, as well as you can follow the TinyURL link that's on our screen. And yeah, I think that's it. We went a little bit longer than we were anticipating. We thought there would only be 2 games, but the A2 group ended up playing all 4, and definitely I'm glad that we got.
I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harrison and Dustin, of course, play in the same DC club, and it's always wacky stuff when they play each other. So it's definitely a lot of fun to watch.
Everything.
And I'm also very glad that Brett, you were able to hop in for commentary. It's been a while since I've been able to do it with you, and I always enjoy the energy you bring to the booth. So
I appreciate your like knowledge and more level-headed commentary.
well, let's be fair. I was calling out some crazy ideas in these games.
That's true.
Every other hand was Suanko. There are like 5 different Dokos. Kokushi, because why not? But it's okay. It was a lot of fun. And I hope that everyone looks forward to our next stream. That should be just as much fun. I don't know if it's going to be on Tuesday or on Wednesday, but definitely stay tuned. And we will go live whenever we do. It's going to be fun regardless. Any final thoughts, Brett, before we shut it down?
I will see you in the general voice channel.
All right, see you there, and see everyone else in our next cast. Have a good one, everybody.
Good night.